Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mad LiberTEA party where up is down, left is right, and the rules don't matter because nobody fucking cares anymore. Um, I hope you guys are I hope you guys enjoyed last night being so uplifting and positive because today we got to talk about some shit that is not quite as uplifting or positive. Um, and I got buddies here to talk with. We got Tony. Everybody knows Tony. You want to say hi, Tony?
What's up, guys? You already know, man. Marcus, Tony Spartan, man. You already know me who I am, man. There's nothing to introduce.
And I don't. We got Rhino 6, but I don't know if they look like they're loading. So are you there,
He's
dude?
got he's
He
far
has
out
some
there, so
connection issues, so like he'll be coming in and out and in and out, I'm sure. And Stepper here, would you like to introduce yourself a little?
what's happening, bro? Most of you guys know me as Ty, so it's gonna be Stepper on here. You know how we do it. We gotta switch it up from time to time. I'm here to
Sunshine Boogaloo's.
clarify part of the Sunshine Boogaloos. I'm here to clarify a few things on Marcus's behalf. He won't be able to do a lot of the speaking, so when he's quiet for a reason. If you have any some sort of IQ a little bit higher than the rest of us, you might know what I'm talking about. Um, Mike's going to be doing most of the questioning. I'll be doing answers. I'll take any questions thrown at me. Some of them I'll be able to answer, some I won't. It's as simple as that. Nothing against Mike, Marcus. It's just the
Yeah.
we can't
No,
have any
definitely don't answer anything that will mess with like stuff because like there's a
No,
legal situation.
you already know what's going on. Yeah, so
Yeah.
everybody already knows what's going on. I'm pretty sure people figured it out by now. Um,
Um,
basically, just a quick rundown before you start asking questions. Uh, while Marcus was away on vacation, I handled all his business here as far as making sure his vacation was squared away safely and whatnot, and everything was taken care of. So if you're gonna have a reliable source to clarify a few things that are running around the internet, a bunch of bullshit, um, I'm gonna be more than happy to do that.
cool. Thank you
All
guys
right.
both for coming in here to talk and stuff. I know that like this has just been a real awful past few weeks for people and it has come around and kicked people in the asses and it's not good shit. And those of you who um don't know what's going on, you're probably going to be a little bit confused at the beginning, but we're going to try and make this as comprehensive as possible, right? This is definitely in relation to the Dunster Fire and everything that's going on along with that. And I just wanted to state that I'm still looking into this stuff. I'm still investigating this stuff. So obviously, like, and this is an interview, so like, don't freak out. We'll figure this out. We'll get through it. We'll get through it together. Um, I really hope that we're able to like put some stuff to rest today. We have some stuff that I want to share. I hope that Rhino gets back in here because he's
He
got
will.
some stuff to
He's
share.
got that shit. He's got that connection, man. He's fucking probably running around the woods right now trying to find service.
Yeah. Hold on one second.
Go ahead, bro. Take your time. I gotta grab a lighter.
Um, so what we're gonna be doing to start out is I'm sorry this is such a slow, chill intro. Usually I'm like screaming and rolling my hands around and telling jokes and stuff. I'm so floored by this. Um, I want to start by uh okay, so who's gonna give the rundown of what actually happened, as far as everything that went down? Whichever one of you is gonna tell the
I mean,
story, like
he
from
can
the beginning.
he can go up to a certain point, but
Yeah.
then after he's uh
Well,
Actually,
let's
he can give you his side of the story up until the point
yes.
he was cuffed and up until the point he was released.
Okay. Well, let's start
And
there then.
he could talk on his own about his, what's public information, bond charges.
Right.
I'm gonna clarify the charges because they're written up in a way that no one can
Are really
understand.
weird. Aren't they
Yeah, so
always?
I'll make them. You're gonna once I'm done, you're gonna go Jesus Christ. Okay, so
All right.
it's just it's a whole lot of just we're gonna just clarify things. That's all. It's what this whole thing's about. So that's the
Well,
reason
let's
I'm here.
start with this. Marcus, how did this happen? Would you like to start at the beginning and just give us the rundown, the basics, or I mean, well, I mean, you don't have to just stick to basics. Would you mind telling us what's going on? What happened?
Hey, start off with what you were going for, your plan.
Yeah, like at the very start, way
Yeah,
back at
yeah.
the
When
beginning.
like when this all started, what was planned, but don't not by who or nothing like that, but just the basic rundown on what you were going to do, and that's it. And then
Yeah,
from the moment he was cuffed, he's gotta remain quiet.
right.
Hey, I can't hear him. I can't hear him at
Oh,
all.
you're muted, dude.
You're muted. You're
Unmute
muted.
first. Unmute first.
Yeah. I'm
All right,
sorry,
there you
guys.
are.
My mind is
There we
still going
go.
100 million miles an hour. I'm sorry.
It's okay, dude. Man, I understand completely.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep my composure. But as we all know, we had protests, peaceful protests against ICE to release the kids from cages, and the doctor that's collecting uterus from illegal immigrants in FEMA camps, and the immigration camps and all these stuff, whatever. So it was a peaceful protest, and we were gonna go feed the homeless in Woodruff Park in Atlanta in the morning. So it's a 9-hour drive from Miami. So I decided, hey, you know what? Let me join up there with the rest of my Blue brothers and thank you. And unite. And like I said, I've always been a person of uniting. Of showing people
Yeah,
that listen, I can go from this place to this place and meet so and so and show you guys that who I am and why I'm here and what's my purpose. So on the way up, it took me
He
10
made it.
hours, a good 10 hours, and then I was like 20 minutes away from Atlanta. And I remember this because the mother of my son called me and she was on the phone. I was on FaceTime. And I saw the
Yo,
time
yo.
and all that stuff. So as I'm driving, there's two cars in front of me, going faster than me. So I don't have a speeding problem there. I'm not speeding. And then I see the headlights of a trooper turn on and start getting on top of on the road. So in my mind, I'm telling her, well, there's a state trooper behind me, but he most likely gonna pass me because there's a guy going faster than me. Not the case. Case was he turned on his blue lights and he stayed behind me, and then I moved over to the right, making sure to see, okay, well, get me from behind me, see if he passes me. I moved to the right again, and I knew it was for me. So I proceed to put my windows down, turn off the car, the usual pull over, nothing to hide from, nothing to run from. And I felt a sense of anger, sense of rage, in this officer and this trooper in particular. I don't know what it was, but to me, he saw the color of my skin, white eye, green eyes and white skin, and he looked at me with that intent of
No,
like,
no, no aggression towards him. Shh. Just don't talk about the aggression.
yeah, there was no aggression towards the police officer at all. He had told me I was going 90 in a 65, but I found out how to believe. So he proceeds me to ask me for my license and registration. I'm like, well, this is a rental car. You can search it up on the tag, and this is my license. As soon as I get my license, he proceeds to say the car smells like marijuana, and that's impossible because I wasn't even smoking. As a matter of fact, I was waiting to get to the hotel to smoke. So, I wasn't smoking during the traffic stop or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I had some cigarettes, some Marlboro reds in the middle console. And he quickly said, "You're going to obstruct justice if you don't step out the vehicle." And I said, "For what? I don't see a reason for what. What's the reason for it?" He quickly ran to the driver's side. He opened the door, and at the same time, I'm not resisting the red. I'm not resisting nothing. And I'm asking him, "What are you doing? What is exactly that you're doing? Because you're opening my car door like if I'm committing a crime. Like you haven't told me shit." And he snaps my seatbelt out. He grabs me by my shoulders. You know, I had a sweater, grabbed my shoulders and yanks me out. I'm talking about this is a big, tall guy. You know, strong guy. Maybe like 6'5". You know, I'm 6'1", so he's a pretty strong, tall guy. And the whole time I'm telling him what the hell is wrong with you? Like, he's forcing me on the car. He slams me on the hood, and I'm just trying to figure out why you're being so aggressive towards me. Why are you giving me this anger of yours that I'm feeding off of? Like, what do you know about me that you're so angry about me? Because all I got was him seeing my eyes and my skin color. That's all I saw. And I'm Hispanic, so um, other than that, he tries to put me in the back seat of he tries to put me in the back seat of the cop car, and I'm walking towards the back seat. He opens up the car, and there's a spare tire in the back seat of the car. Like it takes up more of my space where I'm gonna sit. And I have spine surgery, you know, on my spine, and then, you know, I'm a big guy, you know, for a cop car seat in the back, I'm pretty tight, especially with a spare tire, you know. And they try to slam me in there. They literally he calls for backup because I'm telling him call for backup. I don't feel safe with you, just you here. Call for your sergeant, and he was like, "Oh, I am the sergeant. You know, there's nobody else coming. I am the sergeant." So that right there kind of gave me a little a fear for my life. Like I was like, "Oh shit! Like it's gonna be like that then, you know?" Or like, "Where's your body cam?" You know, there's no body cam. Um, there was a lot of things I was asking him that he wasn't even answering me. I was like, "What's your name, badge number?" He didn't. Nobody. So when he called for backup because I didn't want to get into the car because he couldn't close the door. I couldn't fit. He said that he was going to tase me. So he takes out his taser to shoot me with the taser. And I'm here handcuffed, and I'm telling him, "Are you really gonna fucking tase me? Like, are you really gonna tase me handcuffed?" Um, he puts the taser back because he kind of rethinks it. You know, I kind of make him seem sense. And then within a minute, 5 other police officers show up. And I'm talking about fast. This happened like so fast that I couldn't even recognize faces. I could only see the eyes. So when they came, they opened up the other side of the car door of the back seat of the car door. They try to carry me over the fucking the spare tire. I'm like, dude, what are you guys doing? You guys are trying to manhandle me, and trying to get me on this car seat like I'm some type of criminal. Like you guys understand, bro? Like relax. Like take this spare tire out, put it in the trunk tire, put it in the back seat. You get me? So I can sit properly if you guys want me to cooperate. So they ended up stunning me, dry stunning me, and burned my whole leg up. And that's how they were able to get me on top of the spare tire and close the door. Once they were able to close the door, they didn't really give a shit how I was in there, how my back was feeling. They didn't give a shit, nothing. So from there on, they proceed to search the vehicle, and Tyler can go ahead and pick it up from here.
Pick it up from there.
Yeah, I'm here. My bad, bro. Marcus stole my lighter, so I'm working with the barbecue good thing, you know. Marcus. All right, so check it out. Basically, man, you got the rundown. Treat them like shit on the side of the road. Call them fucking terrorists. I'm pretty sure the shit didn't happen until after they saw the boog shit. He had a Florida boog flag, patches on his vest. You know, whatever. Whatever I say here is what they probably have, and it's the truth. So I'm allowed to say it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, everything from his magazines were 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 coated with fucking hibiscus leaves. You know what I mean? I think he's got them on his dick. I don't know, but
Exposed.
hey, imagine
His
if they
dick
would have
is just hibiscus.
hey, they would have strip searched him and seen that big old hibiscus on the head of that motherfucker. Tell him to suck on that fucking flower, bitch. You fucking fucks. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna get back to the fucking principle.
It's easy
Alright,
to see
so
who Tinker is.
yeah, man, it's fucking retarded. This whole situation's fucking retarded. When I get done, you're gonna it's just fucking stupid. Alright, so they got him. Okay, they got the boy on the side of the road. However that may be, you know, I'm not even gonna go there. But whatever. Once we get a discovery, I don't know if you know anything about the law, but on a discovery, it'll give us guaranteed evidences if anything funny was to happen about the situation. So don't even question that, really. You could talk about the dude or whatever you want to do, but don't question that situation because we don't know yet for sure, but I will know for sure on wax. Okay? I mean, if enough hasn't been presented already on that topic. So let's get back to Marcus. Marcus got pulled over, got beat the fuck shit, tased, whatever it is. You know, the fucking he's a scumbag terrorist, whatever they want to fucking call him. The dude had a fucking smoke bomb from shutterbombs.com for $9.99, bro. It has a fucking 90-second burn time, and they come in a variety of colors.
That's like
Okay.
that's like basically what you can get. Like, I mean, that stuff's like basically fireworks. That's not
Yes,
explosive
it's
in
not
case
even.
anybody
It's
out
not
there
even.
doesn't know any better.
Luckily, if anybody knows Marcus, bro, luckily it's a fucking pull pin. So
Yeah,
to deal with
it's a
Tamperite,
toy.
to deal with fucking Tamarite, good luck. Okay, all that Tamarite. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this explosive shit up right now. And that charge, that $40,000 bond, which was put out there from the beginning. Everyone knows nothing was hidden or hidden. Nothing. Everything was put out there. You can know whatever the fuck you want because if it's on public record, anybody knows. Okay, if you're any kind of fucking, you have any fucking clue in life, okay, you can figure it out. So all that information went up right away so that there was no confusion as to what's going on. All right, which you don't see much of that anywhere else. You know what I mean? Um, why did my shit just dim?
Uh-oh. It looks fine to me.
No, I'm 33%. I'm good. Hold on, my wife's texting me. Okay, never mind. So uh. The whole explosive shit, bro, it's all bullshit. If you read the actual charge, I'm not gonna run through my phone and find it, but it says explosive material, this, that, the other, or device. It could be a variety of things, and it says with intent to commit that crime of whatever it was that was the device. Okay, the device in this situation was most likely the shutter bomb. Okay, so we all know what that is. So take that, store that, okay? In this situation, the device was a shutter bomb.
I could read the charges if you want. I have the charges right here in front of me.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
read out that $40,000 bond.
The $40,000 bond, which was the highest one they gave me, was attempt to conspire to commit offense involving explosive destructive device.
All right, cool. All right, so he was attempting to go to Atlanta to an armed protest, which would be a breaking the law, okay, because it's not legal to open carry in Atlanta. So he was attempting to conspire to open carry or take the shutter bomb to that rally and use the shutter bomb at that rally. You understand?
Allegedly.
Yes, and allegedly, and that's what he's being charged with. So it's contempt to either open carry. We don't know yet. We'll know when we have the discovery. It's contempt to either open carry or to use a smoke bomb. So those are the only two things that can run with that charge and stick. Because if it's stuck in bond hearing, there's a reason, or the judge just didn't feel like doing nothing that day. You get me? And thought my guy didn't have what it took to get out of jail. You get me? I mean, but you see, he's obviously free as a fucking bird. Yo, Marcus!
Yeah.
There's some good weed. So, all right. So on the explosive charge, that's it, or whatever they want to call it. Okay. um, anybody want to ask a question on that charge, or read off a next one, or do you have anything that's been running around
I
the internet about it? And if you know anything about Tamarite, bro, I'm never served in the military. I never claimed to serve in the military. I'm just a patriot. Love my country. I love my constitution, and my kids are gonna live a free life, regardless of the cost it takes to do that. Okay. Now, this, if anyone has any questions about that certain thing, or it's running around, or knows anything about Tamarite, brother, to do anything with Tamarite, you would have to have so fucking much of it. You'd have to have a goddamn fifth wheel trailer to pull it all to wherever the fuck you were going, and you'd never be able to buy it at Bass Pro Shop. This guy's never owned it in his life. I don't even think he knows how it detonates. If I asked him the physical compounds or the way what it takes to make 1 pound of Tamarite, explode, you'd understand. He doesn't even use. Wouldn't even know where to start with Tamarite. So as far as that Tamarite rumor that's running around the internet and everybody running their fucking gums about it, you need to go ahead and kick that out. That shit is dead. Okay? Yeah. Stop bumping your fucking mouth about something you don't know nothing about. Okay? There was clear facts and evidence that went out, so obviously more would follow. You get me? I'm not going to put anything out there that would incriminate him or anything like that. He has nothing to hide. That's why he's right here, open face. Okay?
Yeah. I've seen people going around trying to say that, like, Marcus is like a MAGA terrorist now. Are you
Listen, bro. Let me clear that shit up right now, okay? We met Forgiato Blow. Okay, you guys know who Forgiato Blow is?
Tell people who that is.
Okay, Forgiato Blow is a local rapper in Florida who blew up with the fucking Trump mega raps and the parades and the rallies and all that shit. Me and Marcus were with Forgiato Blow because we were doing security for them. Okay? So that's why we were always in all the rallies and things like that. And he had photos and we were doing things. And yes, this shit was fucking fun. So we were just riding along with like anybody else would with the train. Not necessarily like I wasn't waving no fucking blue line flag. And when they came to fuck with us about protesting or doing what we were doing with Forgiato Blow, it was me and Marcus in the police's face, not Forgiato Blow, or not his boy. I could tell you right now, I was in the fucking what was he, Marcus? Come in here. What was he? He was the not the chief. He was a what was it?
No, chief of police. Chief of police.
He was the chief of police for Miami-Dade County. Came up to me and I put it to his mouth. I said, "Who's gonna stop us?" They didn't have nothing to say. Rest of his little fucking bootlicking fucking do boys was shaking in their little boots. Didn't even know what to do. But behind me was 30,000 in a caravan. And you see what happens when you have numbers. Marcus, were we touched that day by anybody? Huh?
Again?
Were we touched that day by anybody?
No.
And were we regularly running with what we would normally run around with?
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
Yeah.
So as far as the mega thing, if you see any old history or photos or whatnot, or blah blah blah, that we were doing security. So.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if you saw the episode that we did when I interviewed Marcus the first time, like it's.
I can't even like this
motherfucker. Is it too sticky? They don't even like. I mean, like he was barely even a Proud Boy at that. Like he wasn't really in it.
Listen,
like,
Marcus. Look, Marcus had core values
and felt that fucking icy water and was like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah, you see, Marcus had core values. Okay, so when everything happened, and you know, obviously, people have differences. People want to vote this way. People want to go that way. People that may be already in a higher position obviously want to go this way because they're threatened that their way of life that they work so hard for will be taken from them. There's people that don't have shit that think that nobody gives a fuck about them, and this, that, and the other, and that need guidance in life. You get what I'm saying? Who want to burn shit down and tear shit, tear the fucking country up. That's not the answer. Gunfire is not the answer. Violence ain't the answer. I mean, in some cases, somebody's running the fucking bumping their gums. I think my boy here will vouch. They might need to get fucking punched in the mouth one time. You get what I'm saying? And we'll get to those little topics a little bit later. But so just as far as the whole mega thing, bro, it was security and nothing else.
Yeah.
Bottom line. So next question. So we got the first charge out of the way. We got the mega terrorist bullshit out of the way. And what do you want next?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, all the other charges are like things that I wouldn't even consider legit. But would you mind giving us the list?
I'm not gonna, because if I feel like if I go through my phone, I'm gonna fuck this thing up.
I know.
Let's do it.
Mike, I have it.
All right,
I
so
have it here.
okay, go ahead and read me off the $15,000 bond. I know all these bonds because I was,
Yeah,
what's up.
I've looked over them several times myself too.
Yeah,
But
the second charge the cop gave was manufacture, deliver, distribute, or possess with intent to distribute controlled substance in Schedule 1 or 3.
Okay,
and
$15,000
what
bond.
was that? Can you talk about that part?
Okay,
all
well
right,
we all
yeah, I got you completely, bro. Because whatever, I'll testify to this in court. This is the truth. You can't. Whatever I say here, if I tell it to you, it's because it's the truth. Now, if there's anything sketchy going on that I don't know what I could say, I'm not gonna fucking say it. So that's just if you have any common sense, that tells you my testimony is legit. You get me?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into that now. Manufactured, okay? That's man-made. Same shit as fucking methamphetamine. What else is a man-made? I'm not a big fucker. I smoke weed. I don't really fucking know what
LSD.
shit like that. Whatever's not naturally grown. I guess I don't know. Whatever.
I'm not really good at knowing where
Okay.
shit comes from. I just put it in my mouth.
Okay. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Anything man-made, or fucking manufactured or altered by man is considered a class 1 drug. Okay, now that carries I think a minimum of fucking or a maximum of 10. Okay, just so you know. Okay, just one charge he's facing maximum of 10 on. Okay, so that right there was, he has his medical marijuana card. He goes to the dispensary and buys that the concentrate, because why? He did gastric bypass surgery. He's lost over 150 pounds in 4 or 5 months. He smokes cigars occasionally, but for the most part, to adapt and make up for the cigars, you're gonna pick up on the vaping and the dab to maybe help you out a little longer, or whatever helps him better with his condition that he has for his medical card. So that was wax, man-made substance. And it was less than, it was, the little fucking little twist jars you get. And what goes in? I think it's like a gram goes in there. You know what I mean?
Less than a gram.
What the fuck just happened here?
Oh, I just popped up a thing. I'll do that here.
Okay. I thought that was my shit fucking up. All right, yeah, I'm new to this guy.
Pop up. It's
all right,
new.
so that right there, bro, that's less than a fucking gram of wax. Now, in the state of Georgia, it's a felony.
Simmons, you got a right point.
When you're prescribed it and it's an unknown law, first time offense, you were driving through the fucking state, he didn't have any fucking idea. That's half the part of the medical fucking marijuana. It keeps him from worrying about life. So whatever. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. There's your fucking substance that's manufactured.
And where he's from, it's legal, right?
Yeah, you go down to the fucking dispensary and buy it. We live in Florida, bro. Best state in the fucking country.
So what's the next one?
What's the next charge?
You got a list of these
Rhino, anybody want to read? Marcus, you want to read?
Yeah, next charge will be an $800 bond, and that is marijuana possession less than 1 ounce. I had 6 grams of marijuana, which is less than a quarter.
Hey. So, yeah, 6 grams, road trip weed, medical, by the way, prescribed. uh
Legal.
legal
Well,
as shit. Well, not
gotten
you know.
legally. Yeah, gotten legally.
Yeah, yeah. He unknowingly he was in a state where it was fucking illegal. You get me? So that's that. That closes that shit up real quick. And you
Yeah.
know, you heard it. You heard it from the lion's mouth your damn self. He's willing to take that one on the fucking head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there
And
you
to
go.
be very clear, in case like anybody is watching this and they're not used to the show, drug offenses, they're victimless crimes, and they are nothing but pure tyranny. Absolute and pure tyranny.
You don't want society to be overrun with fucking methamphetamine and heroin and crack cocaine. We're talking about some fucking weed.
Honestly,
We're talking
in
about
this fucking
prescribed.
house, it doesn't like in my fucking house in MLTP and stuff, like as far as we're concerned, there should be no drug laws because they were fabricated in order to like dick with minorities. They were fabricated in order to keep people down and to keep people away from things that otherwise they would enjoy or could even help them. Big pharma has a hand in this. They do not want people stopping taking all these meds and all these things to like, spot with weed or mushrooms or anything like that. It's a travesty that they are continuously doing this. And now that they're making it legal in places, like there are people in the places where it is legal still in prison right now. So, I mean, y'all fucking think about how fucking stupid that is.
Yes.
Oh shit, we lost him.
Here come right. No,
Read us that next one while we're waiting on him.
the other charge is a willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. That's like
Oh
saying
my
me. That's like
god.
saying me resisting arrest. Which again, I never resisted arrest. It was, and if the cop car has a dash cam, then they can see everything there.
Hey, I knew I would fuck this
Welcome
thing
back.
up somehow.
I had him read the next one, which was the basically the resisting arrest one.
Obstruction
Oh,
of law
okay.
enforcement
That's
officers.
bro. Come on, man. That's telling a cop, fuck you.
Yeah.
How about that?
I mean, like,
Fuck
you
you.
can get
Come
that
fucking
for
arrest me.
rolling
That's all.
up
That.
your
that
windows for
yeah,
telling
yeah,
them, no, I'm
yeah.
not gonna get. Yeah, you can do it. That could be fucking
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah. That could be fuck. Come on. We don't even know what that one's for. Who knows what the fuck he said? He probably told him he fucking somebody's banging his wife while he's being arrested. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Like, what's next?
See, that was
Next,
so petty. Nobody want to even talk about that one.
It is. It's
Goddamn.
next,
like they fucking yeah. Like
no,
we're just like that didn't fucking happen. What's next?
You know, like, come on.
I'm just reading the comments and Timothy over here saying, spend that money on a good lawyer. Don't get a public pretender because they will fuck ya. Buddy,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna
Hey,
y'all.
homie, we already got the
I got,
lawyer.
I got, I
G.
got, I got, I got the best lawyer in goddamn Georgia. My next charge is drive a DUI, driving under the influence of drugs. Now, this was another thing. They wanted to get consent from me to take me to the hospital to get a blood test because supposedly in the state of Georgia, they can only prove within those 3 hours of what drug you're high. So I did not give consent to get drug tested, or blood tested, or anything, or any swab, or any DNA sample of me. Because I know it was I don't drink, so I wasn't DUI, and I wasn't
Yo,
smoking because he didn't catch me smoking,
hey,
and I wasn't smoking. So
hey, hey, hold on. Just on the drinking tip, because that DUI shit's there. Let me clear that shit up. That boy
yes,
ain't had a
we used to
drink.
we used to we used to, we used
Lit,
to
bro, we used to down bottles of whiskey like it wasn't shit, right? He hasn't had a drink since he had his guy pack his surgery, your gastro bypass surgery. When was that?
Oh yeah, because that'll dick you up, won't it?
Yeah, it'll fuck them
September
all up.
22nd. It was September 22nd.
All right, there you go, guys. DUI was for they thought he was high, I guess. Maybe that you have to, who knows? Whatever. They allegedly think he was stoned, but they have
Yes,
no,
but
no, no.
without having a medical evaluation paper within
Yeah,
those
you
three
do. You
hours.
just for the future reference to all the boys. You don't ever consent to your blood being drawn or a field sobriety test. You take your charge, you get in the car, you get bonded out, and you will beat it. I promise to God.
Yeah.
Just a little legal advice while we're at it. Shit.
Yeah.
You could get it all here at MLtP.
Yup. Everything on the table here.
Just roll the window
So
and tell them, fuck you.
you play Shut the Fuck Up Friday.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. You know about those guys. They're cool as shit.
Yeah. It is
Yeah, man.
always Shut the Fuck Up Friday here. It is always Shut the Fuck Up Friday.
Yeah, I could say all this, bro, because it's all cockamamie shit, bro. And all they have in possession. Keep going. Let's finish these charges.
Yeah,
real
what
quick.
else did they get? What else did they get on you?
Okay.
Or, well, what are they trying to get on you?
Say right now, hold on, give me a second.
How do you know?
Drugs, not original container. Now, this is my I have anxiety. Okay, I have high anxiety, so I'm prescribed Xanax. Now, I'm not an abuser of Xanax. I only take it at nighttime because I have a really bad case of insomnia. I'll spend 4 or 5 days without sleeping, and I get high anxiety. So it was in the original container with my name, and there was only 8 pills in there, and that was my medication. So that was the charge they gave me of medication not being in the right container. And the last charge was speeding.
Hold on, I got something for your ass. Never mind, I don't got nothing for your ass. But yeah, couple Xanax and a fucking but he's been prescribed that shit for 10 years. So
Yeah.
we have evidence of that. So it's not
So
a
that'll
big deal. That
just
shit.
probably get tossed
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Once he shows him the little fucking container, sends a picture to the fucking prosecutor, that shit's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which
Did they try any other crap on you? I can't remember.
what else?
If there was
What
more.
else?
There
Hold
was
on. There
like
was
a whole list. I
there's a real ridiculous one. I think it may be the first charge in history. What was the last one?
Speeding.
Speeding. Who gets booked and gets a bond, booked and bond for speeding? Please, I mean, like, have you ever heard of that?
I think
Like over 100, yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking ridiculous. Like, it looks like they just piled as much as they possibly could on because they're hoping to get you with something.
Listen, okay, now I'm gonna point out just a few things. Okay. 1, 0 firearms charge.
Yeah, did anybody notice that? Did anybody just notice?
Nobody probably. Listen, 0 firearms charge. Okay. 2 of them bad boys in the vehicle. We don't know where they're at. Probably in the Henry County Sheriff's impound. No charges for that. It's not illegal. Couldn't get them on that. How long did the cop sit outside in the car?
3 hours writing up charges.
Okay, he was sitting out there for 3 hours to figure out how to make some charges so it was impossible for this kid from Miami who was going to Atlanta. Okay. And obviously is booging because he has, he's a strong supporter, so he has fucking enough to prove, to show that he's a boog. Okay. And he probably told him, fuck you, I'm a boog. So, at the end of the day, they saw that in the car, bro. They had maybe caught a stench of some weed, maybe, bro. Cause you smoke a damn joint. Bro, I'm sorry, I'm driving to Atlanta, Georgia. I'm smoking a joint. Okay.
Yeah, like if you smoke, there's gonna be in the car. It's gonna like.
No, I wasn't smoking. I wasn't smoking in the car. I that's why I had. That's why I had the little pen, and I always had a
well, shit. Not to mention, if it's fucking loud and the cop don't smoke, he's gonna smell it through the fucking bag anyways.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, but the thing is, I had a
Hey,
bulletproof
wait,
container,
bang,
and
bang,
he
bam,
had.
boom, bam, bam, bam,
Careful.
bang, bada, bang, bang, bang. Marcus will just take off. All right, so basically the rundown is, it's a bunch of bullshit fucking charges. They tried to get him so it was impossible to bond, not thinking this kid from fucking Miami was gonna have any kind of fucking money or crazy support system behind him. You get me? So I mean, they fucked with the wrong one, basically. You get what I'm saying? And it sucks, and he's gonna go through a long ride, and he's gonna take it to the door. For those who know what the fuck that means,
I'm
and
not
and
taking no
and
preview.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, ain't no copping, no, nuts. Yeah, blah 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 blah. But we going to the door, or he's going to the door. So it's do or die for this man, and he's facing a total with all the charges. If you add it up and you look it up on the Georgia records, it's very simple. Google will tell you everything. He's facing 50 years now.
How many?
50.
50.
Yeah, maximum on everything. Worst case scenario, which would never happen probably, because shit's got to get dropped. But he's facing 50 right now.
That's ridiculous. He didn't
Okay,
even do anything and he's
this
facing
man
50.
he's out on a $61,000 bond with no resident in Georgia. So look up the law in Georgia on catching bond in Georgia, and
Yeah,
then
you
you do the
start.
math.
What is
Since
it? What does it say?
everybody wants to be a fucking investigator, investigate that. Okay, investigate the law in Georgia and see what the fuck it takes for a non-Georgia resident to get out of jail.
Is it a big pain in the ass or?
Oh yeah, bro, big fucking pain in the ass. It did. Listen,
They
I'm
thought
not
they, they
gonna.
thought they thought they thought they were
Not.
gonna.
I'm not even gonna get too crazy, but just put it like this: this small town, and it's monopoly. Okay, I'm not gonna bounce back and forth to who's what and who's what, but basically, la familia. If you know what that means.
Oh yeah, last night we were talking about this with the people who got arrested in Arizona.
Uh-huh.
It's the same thing everywhere. Like they're all in on it together in a big in
And,
a big
and
giant
and let me tell
monopoly.
you something. If you're a real one, you're gonna pick up on me. And if you pick up on me and you know I'm a real one, I'm telling you right now, Dave's a real one. Okay? Everything you've heard is facts. He does not lie to Marcus. He does not lie to anyone I know. I don't know him that well. I know him from pretty much just his voice. I could spot a fucking I could spot a fugazi fuck from a mile away.
I'll say
Okay.
this: we about to clear up Dave. Dave
Oh yeah,
is
yeah. We're gonna
telling the
clear that
truth.
up. Yeah, I'm just
To
kind of
lead
I'm
into
just kind.
that, there are rumors going around out there that this is Mike's fault.
Well, hold
And
on. Let me tap off on one more thing with Marcus, and I'm
okay,
gonna end
yeah,
and we're gonna end that conversation. Marcus is in
okay.
this for the long run. This is gonna be over years. It's gonna be a very expensive, long process. Okay,
Are you
we
guys
all
gonna put
know.
out a fund or do you guys have it covered?
No, we're not asking for nothing, but anything that can be sent is always helpful. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what it is, blah 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 blah, whatever. Talk to Marcus. Everybody knows how to get a hold of him. Okay,
Okay.
we're not running and making GoFundMe's like everybody else that fucking sprains their ankle at McDonald's. Okay, that's not, no, we're not on shit like that. Okay,
Well, I think that it's reasonable to do. I wouldn't consider it like that. I mean, this is a
well,
big deal.
if it were to be done, then let someone do it on Marcus's behalf, and
Yeah.
run with it. If someone wants to do that, they can feel free. If you steal the money, you're a piece of shit, and that's all there is to it. So, if you want to go ahead and do that, you got time on your hands. This man's busy as shit with his life right now. Just the fact that he's on here is insane. Um, you know, I'm not. I sit back. I don't do much. Active wise, but I had to get on here and clear a few things up. I've been through the system before. I'm more educated with the system than Marcus is, so I know more about it. I know what he's really, what these church charges really fucking mean, and what's bullshit and what's not, what's gonna stick, what's not, blah 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 blah. And But at the end of the day, like I said, this is gonna be a long battle for him. Um, and at the end of the day, if you're with the boo, this shit was for you. Okay? You know what to do. You know what's right. You do what you want. I don't give a, whatever. What the fuck ever. Hit Marcus up. Whatever. Um, and yeah, bro. That's it. That's all I gotta say about it, man. That's all that needs to be said. There's no funny business. We don't know if no feds pulled up. We don't know who, what, where, how yet. But when that look, hold on. When that motherfucking deposition drops, and it's gonna drop, it will say if someone's talking or not. That is guaranteed. That was confirmed today. I made sure of it. We will know and put that shit to bed as far as Marcus is concerned. And I'm pretty sure Dave will get a deposition too pretty soon. So all that'll get real cleared up. And I mean, we've thrown out plenty to fucking. I mean, if you're a fucking idiot, then you're gonna sit back and just lick his boots. If not, then fucking you have a fucking brain, because there's plenty there, and goddamn coward piece of shit begging like a little fucking bitch about fucking we'll get into that, but. This was for the movement, man. This was for what we do, and Marcus could use the support. So, whether it's emotionally, financially, whatever it is, hit him up. Not saying he's fucking crying alone in his bed at night or nothing like that, but you know what I mean? He's there. You feel me? That's why we're doing this. That's why I came on here to clear all this shit up. I'm tired of shit. I'll be getting up at 5 a.m. for work. So, there's it had to be cleaned up, because I kept getting news clips of this, that, and the other, and it's ridiculous what some shit gets made up, fabricated.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta dig. It's just like watching the damn news. You gotta dig through every fucking story, put it all in order, and try and piece it together yourself, because there's so much he said, she said going on about every little thing that pops up these days.
Got you.
So on that rumor, like, do you guys think that this has something to do with him? Like, or do you think that it could be anything? Because, like, it seems kind of weird that this would just happen like this.
I mean, 50-50. I don't know. I'm not gonna, like I said, I mean, I have enough evidence to know what I know about other cases. But about this one, I can't say yet. I would think I would I mean,
I would hope so.
yeah, I mean, common sense is telling me, yeah, my gut's telling me, yeah, but I'm hoping for this poor kid that it's no, because this will not go in this situation. It won't be unanswered. You understand? This ain't Dave, and this ain't, and
Yeah.
there's
So
Timothy has a good point. I like Timothy's comments over here.
But anyways, so let's get back to Dave, man. Any questions about Dave, bro? Let's clear some shit up on Dave's end, real quick.
yeah,
let's get it out
like
there.
we got all this stuff. We got all these different topics here going on tonight and they all kind of like radiate. Like, I feel like
it all radiates around one motherfucker.
One motherfucker, yeah, exactly.
So what the fuck?
So, Rhino, how about you tell us what's going on over there on your side, on your end of the line?
All right, so I guess it was about a few weeks ago. I got a call in the middle of the night, and we'll jump back to, I say, January. I come in one day and I got a visit from the FBI. It was a female attached to the state police department, and we also got it was a male with them as well. They got out, they asked a few questions. The dude was, thumping his chest on a few things that we'll get to in a minute. And it just didn't make no sense to me. I didn't understand what the fuck what he was all worked up about. But, they were asking me about some shit with DC and some other bullshit. And a few weeks down the road, I get a call in the middle of the night. Dave's trying to get in touch with me. And I've never spoke to Dave before this. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Why? And I jump into a couple chats and I see that there's some messages from Mike Dunn and he's putting Rhino 6 in the shit. What the fuck is going on? So moving through a few things, I run across, pretty much a recording of Dave talking about he'd already pretty much set me up. He had already fed me to the feds. And so I've got this tattoo on my left arm. We'll go ahead and start there. When I was 18, I give up football scholarships, fucking wrestling scholarships, because I wanted to be a Marine. Well, I ended up getting into a car wreck before I could go in. We ended up hitting a tree. One of my friends hit me and put me into a tree running 70. And, I tried to hide the shit because they told me I was going to have seizures. So it ended up, long story short, PDQing me and I couldn't go in. Well, I got a tattoo on one of my arms and it's got USMC on it. But, the whole story behind the tattoo is it was the end of that career. It was time to move on to something else. And it was just, that was something I had planned my whole life around. So that's the reason I got the tattoo. So evidently, what I had heard was Mike had turned me in to the feds because I had a USMC tattoo. And it was some more bullshit with it. But that, for more or less, that's why he turned me into the feds. And for they come and ask me about my involvement in the DC thing. I went up there, just to see what was going on, flip through comms, check out, see what kind of activity was going on the radio and see what all was going to happen. Well, he pretty much put the feds on me after that because I'm pretty sure, jumped his ass for claiming he had boys on the ground up there. Before this, I had hardly no involvement with fucking Dunn. We're from the same state and around about the same location. So I checked up on him here and there on things he was doing. Well, he had asked me about coming to my place right before this shit with Dave happened. And I just kind of scratched it off. I don't know the kid that good. I didn't want him home, anywhere where I live or knowing anywhere I'm going to bug out. But, I tried to help him out with what I could.
Oh, shit. Who the fuck did that?
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, I fucked up. Every time I see that shit, I laugh. God damn, this fucking
There's
clown.
the screenshot he put up on an Instagram post of him defending himself or me calling him out for being a rat. He sent the FBI agents here because he found it repulsive that I had a USMC tattoo. Didn't know the story behind it. He had also said that he run a background check on me and doesn't know my fucking name. He just knows me by Rhino 6. So how he done that, I don't fucking know. Like, he followed me on fucking TikTok. That was about it. So anything he's seen, he might have seen my tattoo on there on one of my videos. Well, with that being said, the reason I accused him of that, or accused him of being a rat, is because when the FBI agent showed up, he was thumping his chest talking about he was a Marine in recon and, before he went to be an FBI agent, and those boots, he earned them. He earned them by being a Marine, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Because he couldn't see my tattoo. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. So, when I get this call from Dave and I find out that, Mike has fucking ratted me out for having this tattoo and shit, it kind of made fucking sense as to why that fucking FBI agent was thumping his chest. So I know I sent the video to you earlier. It pretty much proves that Dave didn't know me before this. Before this fucking night, Dave didn't know me, didn't know shit about me. So,
let me see,
like,
which
how
one is it?
The only way he would have knew this is if Mike actually told him this.
Which one? Let's see. Which one is it? I've got
And that's
two of
that's your.
them. I think this is the right one.
I'm ready.
I had Mike tell him, because clearly Mike's been their booty boy for fucking how knows how long.
Okay, I'll himself because he's a.
So, and this is the reason I'm calling you back. I was trying to.
Hey, and I appreciate you telling me this shit, bro.
Well, that's probably going to give me an additional 10 years, but let people know that I chose.
Bro, God.
In terms of Facebook, let people know that Mike did.
You want me to tell people that Mike did this?
I don't want you to tell. I want you to do what you think I trust you. So the reason I'm calling you for a second time. Now, listen. The revolution is on your shoulders, okay?
You know I recorded Mike's messages, right?
Right, but listen to me. If people find out what he did to me, it's going to fucking break their fucking hearts, okay? And a lot of people are going to want to give up. So you might, I don't know, it's up to you. Is it better to keep this a secret and tell people, the people that matter? Or do you know what I mean? I don't want one. Do you understand me? I don't want people to think that they can't trust each other.
Dude, I mean, how can we trust? How can we trust Mike though, bro? I mean, like,
do not trust him. Do not trust him. Do not speak to him. Stop speaking to him right now. Right now.
Wow.
I love you. Stop speaking to him.
Oh, Jason right away.
This is what I think. I think that Mike was probably told horrible things about me because. So I don't have any idea what they have against his sister or what. But he. All right. So remember when he got drunk the other night?
Yes. He said.
Hey, pause that. Pause that. Apparently, the feds yanked up Mike's sister and they got some dirt on her, and that's how this whole shit started.
Supposedly.
Right? Okay.
Oh shit! I think I accidentally took it down. It's got to start at the beginning because I accidentally took it all the way down.
Oh, Jason right away.
This is what I think. I think that Mike was probably told horrible things about me because. So I don't have any idea what they have against his sister or what. But he. All right. So remember when he got drunk the other night?
Yes, he said.
He broke down. He broke down and called these guys called Victor 6 and Victor 7 from Virginia. And he was crying on the phone with them, saying that the feds came to him and threatened his family. So I was like, what? So I was like listening over in the other room, like what the fuck? But turns out Mike Dunn already gave up a couple people. There's a guy named Rhino Thick. Look it up. Verify my shit. He's calling me a liar. Verify my shit, nigga. He already ran into somebody called Rhino Thick for being because and Mike goes, oh well, he claimed to be a Marine and he's not a Marine and that's why I ratted on him. And then he ratted on a Trump supporter, and he got paid. So Mike Dunn has been getting paid to rap.
And here we have him, I suppose.
Man, you take that how you want it. Ain't nothing else but the facts there.
That's pretty raw. That's uncut, unedited. That's.
Well, I did the black spots. It was because there was an overlay drop down that had people's messages on it. So the black spots I added in because I didn't want to give away anybody's like names or anything like that were on them. I would have just put a little. I would have just put a little square over it, but I didn't have very much time, so I did the worst ghetto edit I could.
19.
Sorry.
Right. I'll dim my shit down a little bit.
So what and after all of that, Rhino, do you want to continue the story of what happened?
Yeah, so I mean, like, that pretty much shows Dave was telling the fucking truth about every fucking thing. I mean, how would the fuck he have known any of that shit had Mike Dunn not fucking told him that? And I mean,
because y'all did not know each other.
No, we didn't know each other. Like, I had spoke to him one time about some stuff dealing with my son. It was some stuff I was ranting about back in the middle of, like summer of last year. And I didn't even realize who Dave was until I found out Once it come out in the newspaper and I
Right.
found out everything, that's when I realized who Dave was. And I was like, oh shit, I already fucking talked to him about some other stuff. But you know, that was like one fucking time. So I mean, for Dave to have known that, it had to have come from Dunn. Especially being that FBI agent come down here thumping on his chest about that same thing. And then for
To
Dunn
you,
to get on Instagram on a post calling himself, you know, me calling him a rat, he gets on my Instagram post and he's fucking defending himself. And then all of a sudden he drops out, yeah, I did tell that to Dave. So, I mean, it doesn't get much more plain and clear than that. Not to mention, the same female agent is the same one that evidently his boy is got in his pants.
yeah.
I'm not going to drop her name out, but it come out the other night that's the
I
same.
bet I bet you I can tell you what it is. I drop that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I had not actually seen this until basically today.
Are you serious?
I'm still,
What? Yeah,
like
Marcus,
I saw a bunch of the other ones,
I
a
sent this
bunch of
shit
other
out.
things, but I had not
Mark.
seen this at all. And yeah, like that's worrying.
Yeah, okay, let me explain something to you.
Let me
explain
say
something.
this. How
Hey,
many
hold on,
coincidences have to
whoa.
happen
Let me-
before
let me-
everybody's
let me-
going to
Hey,
see?
y'all, one at a time.
Let me get
How
this
many more
motherfucker here.
coincidences have to happen before you see that this is like legit? This dude
Hey, I'm
sent
just
that
gonna
fucking
give you-
FBI agent to my house. And it was the
Listen.
same female agent fucking his boy's tapping. How it doesn't get any more clear.
Yeah,
Listen,
it's like, fuck.
that he's talking in that text right there about a fellow boy doing whatever with an FBI agent. That's
Yeah.
him he's talking about. He's just talking in a third person. He's talking about himself.
I mean, he could be. I don't know.
I mean, that's my opinion.
your
I'm
theory.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's my theory. My theory is this guy's talking about someone else, like if it's someone else, but it's not. It's him. And I mean, and the
I don't
names
think
out
it is.
there.
I think he's talking about his boy Victor 6.
Everybody has
So-
their own opinion, so that's what we're trying to get at here is try to put everything together and see if we can come up with some kind of hypothesis. Like I said, bro, we about to get some
Yeah.
fucking. We're gonna get
That's-
I know
discoveries.
this much. At the end of the day, Mike Dunn sent the feds to me, and that is proof. It is proven that he sent them to me. If nothing the fuck else, and it's proof
in the
that he
very
fucking got
least-
him on Dave.
It's
yeah,
right
in the
there.
very least, it proves that he's willing to reach out to the feds, and that's pretty fucked up.
It's right there. And if this
Just
shit
fuck the
leads to
feds.
Marcus, if this shit leads through to Marcus, we'll know when we get a discovery.
Yeah. I mean, they won't exactly
All
say
right, guys,
who
look,
did.
I gotta hop off here. My phone's about to die, so I'm gonna get with y'all later.
Thank you for coming in, Rhino, and for dropping that stuff in my inbox and stuff. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Y'all need anything? Y'all know how to get in touch with me.
Same. If you ever need to put anything out there, you just hit me up, dude.
10-4.
Be safe out there, man.
All right, man. Y'all be good.
And I mean, Tommy, you're sitting down there in the corner, not really saying much, but I mean, you've been railing on this stuff.
He's doing the Joe Biden.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Had you seen that one that I had put up?
Yeah, it was sent to me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sent to me. Shit. A little over a month ago, if I had to guess. Maybe a little longer than that. But yeah, I've seen it. I thought I told you about it in one of our discussions.
You may have mentioned it, but I hadn't actually seen it until today.
Yeah.
Like that one, I had not actually put my eyes on.
Well, I never would have mentioned
lot
it
of
to
stuff. Yeah, I think you did. I've had a lot of stuff put in front of me, but I'm pretty sure I had not actually seen that one until earlier today. But I think I had heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that one really broke public.
Yeah.
I shared it when the 6th shit happened. So it's it's almost 2 months old now that it's been really out there. Somebody sent that to me privately. That's how it really broke. Somebody sent it to me privately.
Allegedly, he was a corrections officer.
No.
I looked into this.
I have the video.
And
See, he would not have been a corrections officer because he's not 21.
Well, yeah, and the only way to get into this stuff in most places when you're under 21 is to get a waiver.
But he could have been what's oftentimes called a bubble guy or bubble lady. Is they're basically they're in a bubble watching you, right? And they're not technical officers. They're the people that unlock your doors. They're the people that come on the speaker phones. He couldn't be that. I mean, I at least know in Utah you can do that at 18. So is he technically a corrections officer? No.
Lift
He's not an officer.
Merc. Lift it up, Merc. Lift it up. Lift it up. Up.
Oh, is he? He's not talking to me.
There we go. There we go.
He's
Right
got
there.
a badge. I can tell you, he's got a fucking badge on his chest.
Sorry, I'm not looking at it right now. I got the phone in my pocket. I'm smoking.
Yeah, that's photos.
But
That's a pretty good one.
I know what you're probably talking about. It's whatever county he's from or whatever. South Boston, Virginia.
No, Baskerville Correctional Center.
Yeah.
Which would be not necessarily that he's an officer, and he wouldn't have that polo probably if he's an officer anyways. He's probably hired on as a bubble guy watching the inmates in the pod, you know. Because I've only seen it in a few. They'll have officers in the pod, but for the most part they'll be out of the pod and they'll be in a plexiglass type of little bubble essentially with computers around them, and they're watching you. They're the ones that, like I said, pop the doors, call the intercoms, yada yada. And if he had that polo, that's probably what he was doing.
Either way, for at that age to get that type of job, you gotta have some type of connection. So
absolutely,
either he has some type of internet connection, or somebody that he knew that was working in there, or somebody that was working either in the feds or somebody, but he had some way of connection to be in there.
Hey. Yeah, and that. Man, this just looks worse and worse. Like, the deeper that I get digging into all of this stuff and talking to people about their statements and getting all this stuff together, screenshots and videos and everything, it does not look good. My personal opinion in all of this, after looking through everything that I've gone through and seen and talking to people and looking over the evidence that's been gathered, even if like, oh shit, even if somebody didn't,
yeah, you're playing there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's coming from Marcus.
Yeah, I want to show you the Mike Dunn video talking about him being a correctional officer.
Yeah. I mean,
even if he
play that fucking video. Let's see what anybody got to say about that video real quick.
Yeah.
Let's bust that shit out.
Hell,
Come on.
if you send me the link to it, I can play it on here.
Yes, send Mike Bobby the link so he can play it. So he can play through the screen.
Hit me with that shit. Even if he is, I mean, like, I still don't think that he's like, a fed plant, like they put him in here and built him to begin with. But I feel like he has definitely done some really stupid shit and probably turned over on people at this point. And
no, listen, bro, he got jammed up somewhere.
Hold on.
Shit.
Hold on, like, I don't know what happened that made this happen, but, and you know, like, maybe it was his family, maybe it wasn't, but at this point, it's gotten so, like, there's so much circumstantial evidence in this situation that it's not really safe. I don't know, I would not encourage people to trust him, at least. And not unless some fucking wild ass crazy piece of evidence pops up that states everything's fine. And I can't find it. Cause I mean, like, you guys who have been following the show, like, I liked Dunn a lot. And I went out of my way to bring him on the show over and over again. I wanted to make as many people see him as possible because what he was doing was like beautiful to me. It was beautiful. And every time he did something, it brought so many more people and stuff like that to Liberty and shit. And what he did was invaluable. Even those of you who believe he's a Fed, like, this Fed was like recruiting Liberty-minded people for us, if that's the case. And see, I don't
listen. They
think
applied.
yeah.
Let me tell you something how the feds work, man. They put 25 years in your fucking face, 50 years in your face. A lot of men can't hack it. That's a boy. Okay, he may be a Marine, whatever. That's a little boy. They put 25 years in your face. You're gonna roll over on people, man.
Well,
They
yeah,
might
he's
have,
the same age as most of my friends' kids.
they might have got him for whatever it may be. Who knows what wacko charges? He got
Yeah.
scared. He fucking worked with them. He's got to give up fucking this many people, and he's just running through the fucking
Well-
list. Or this is all fucking bullshit, and we're all fucking crazy.
And that may be possible, but
I mean,
I mean,
it would be
I mean,
far-fetched for us
I've
to be
been
crazy.
I've been looking
this
into this
point.
for a little bit too long, and Mike Bobby can know about this. Like,
I know, because
I've-
Tommy's been telling me, you know,
I,
like, because
Mike, I sent you that clip on your email.
and maybe
Okay,
I
cool,
am
thank
fucking crazy, and maybe I
And
am
if
just
it-
an asshole. But who the fuck?
And if he was, bro, if he was a corrections officer or whatever, I understand. Get paid. You got to get a check. Probably lives where there's a big correctional facility next to his wherever he's from. I don't even know. I don't even know much about this fucking guy. I just know what I've heard, and common sense and having the knowledge I have tells me he's a fucking turnover rat. But people fucking rat every day.
See, Mike Bobby, the one thing I will say, I want to interject here. The one thing I will say about your comment about him bringing people into the movement is that doesn't necessarily have the altruistic meanings it might, you know, because you're also
Yeah.
exposing people, you're bringing people, you are, for lack of a better word, exposing people, right?
Well. I
You
mean,
were
why
showing them
would
to-
you? Why would you?
Bad
Why? What was your intentions behind telling someone to come back to Florida and start a movement?
Well, there's all that. I just mean generally speaking with what Mike Bobby said.
Yeah.
There is it's Pat Con, right? You can look into all that. And it's FBI infiltration. And it's to do two things. It is to.
I mean, you really think this shit's that serious, bro? You think you really think this shit's that serious?
Yeah.
Really deep down in your
I do.
fucking hearts and everybody's hearts here. Do you really think? I mean, I know people who have been wanted for fucking tons of cocaine. I'm talking about shit that we've seen in Miami growing up that you wouldn't even fucking imagine. Okay.
No, I get
okay,
it.
so I know what RICOs and indictments are. And
I've been around the block a bit myself.
Do you really believe in your heart of hearts that they give a fuck what we're saying?
Yes.
Or more about what we're doing?
A little bit of both.
But, yeah, because everything we say
what we're saying feeds into what we do.
I guess, but it could be
And
just. I mean, I've been in some chats, and honestly, that's up for a whole nother fucking night. We're gonna do chat night one night, and we're gonna discuss a few things about that. But for now, you know, like there's a few chats where I mean, you know, there's people who aren't doing a fucking lick of shit, and then when somebody's doing something and something happens to them, nobody's nowhere to be seen, bro. Just making up a bunch of fucking rumors about Tamarite bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, fucking cowards.
So yeah, and I see what you're saying with that. I guess I'll say this: like with things like FBI infiltration, it serves two purposes: to expose, make light of people, bring them out to the forefront of people who are typically described as patriots or liberty-minded, right? To put a target on their back, to make them known to the supposed authorities. The second thing is to instigate and, well, just basically instigate accelerationist behavior, like what we saw what he did on the 6th, like what we've seen him do before, right? Black bagging politicians. He fits both of those to such a T repeatedly over and over and over and over again that you just can't, at the very least, I'm not even accusing him in the statement, right, I'm making right now. I'm not even accusing him of doing that. I'm merely pointing out the fact that he's done it over and over and over again. The single two things that would be done by FBI infiltration, by an FBI plant. Those are the only two things.
I mean, bro, you're talking.
I'm I'm talking a whole new level of conspiracy that freaks a lot of people the fuck out, makes them really loathe me, and makes me the asshole of everything. Yes, I am.
Thing is, they've come out before and stated that this was the kind of shit that they were gonna do.
This is Timothy McVeigh in Oklahoma City, and I'm not saying Timothy McVeigh didn't do it, but he was openly sparked to do it. He had, I mean, the FBI agents have testified about it. The lawyer who's been fighting it for 25 years happens to live in Salt Lake City, where until recently I was at. So, Google Jesse Trentadue and Pat Con.
Hey, if anything happens to me, guys, it was my wife. I'm never home this late, dude.
Uh-oh.
All right, I just want you guys to know right now, okay? She's heavily armed. She's watching this shit. I think she's watching this shit.
Hopefully this will work.
This is Marcus's sister. This is Marcus's sister, so imagine what I gotta do with.
All right,
oh,
guys.
shit, bro. I'm sorry.
Is the sound working? Fuck. No, it's not.
Actually,
hey, I can't get the sound to work. Hold on. Do you have the actual just the link so I can pull it up in the browser?
Babe, I'm coming home. I swear to God, these guys got me tied up on some shit.
Because like, if you guys got that, I can play it with sound. I can't get it to play with sound from my player. Or actually, wait, hold on. Did I do it wrong? Give me a second. I'll try it one more time. While we're trying to get... Sorry, everybody. Just be patient with us.
What's up? How do you know who's here and what's up? I'm trying to figure this whole thing out.
God
Tommy
damn it, Ricky Bobby.
I know,
God damn it,
right?
Mike Bobby. It's all your fault, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I need to change that Mike Dunn.
Marcus. Turn on your mic, Marcus.
I need to change that Mike Dunn Twin Towers meme to you. Clearly Mike Bobby's fault.
Jesus Christ. Everything is my fault.
I'm going to do it, too.
Especially the Twin Towers.
You know I'm going to do... Oh, it's clearly your fault. You were all of the terrorists at once. You were doing a lot at 19, I'll give you that.
Well...
Well, better handle me.
Oh, God damn it. Yeah, no, it's a dumpster.
I can't even get in the fucking
This
chat.
is a Dunnster Fire.
Here, I'll mute my shit so you can play it, so I don't come over it.
I don't think it'll put you over it anyways.
I wonder if this motherfucker still be running when I get home. Oh, I'm on the mic. Shit.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, there's a fucking million things to talk about, and if anybody's gonna tell you how it is, I'm gonna tell you how it is, and we could go from there.
This shit breaks my fucking heart. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I can't say it enough because, like, you know, we've got people around who are like really quick and easy to buy into it and everything like that, and then there's me, and I'm fucking suspicious of basically everything.
But see, I ain't selling nothing, bro. I'm just.
Well, I know that, but
do you guys?
I mean, you say that, but I don't know you. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean that.
Well, I do. As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, I do sell Boogaloo flags. Holler at me if you need them.
Oh, I'm gonna remember that. We might actually have to know each other soon.
you actually, I'm not too live on this shit. If you wanna put in a little order, we get it right out to you. Just hit Merc.
Well, we'll have to talk about that here in a little while. But
I'm sorry, Marcus.
My issue with all of, but even I can't encourage people to talk to Mike now. Like, when people are like, "Would you talk to him?" and I'm like, I mean, I might risk me talking to him, but I wouldn't risk anybody else. At this point, it's too dangerous.
I wouldn't associate. I just can't. My morals and my principles, I just can't associate myself with a rat. Even if he's not a rat, I just can't. Just for the topic of him being surrounded by that and by that nature, I just can't fuck with him ever again in my life.
Oh, I gotta go the fuck home.
Well, I mean,
I can play the audio right quick. I don't know if that would be any good.
Yeah, just play it and see how it works. Let's get it. Let's try it.
After being terminated from being a state employee where I work for the Department of Corrections.
Ooh, that's Mike Dunn saying I work for the Department of Corrections. Anybody else who says otherwise is a liar.
Check, but I only have 2 speeding tickets in my background. Terminated from being a state employee where I work for the Department of Corrections. Virginia.
Yeah.
Due to a supposed unfavorable background check, but I only have 2 speeding tickets in my background. That's literally the only thing I have in my background. And it really points towards something they had warned me about previously, which is my involvement with the militia. Senator Amanda Chase considered a conflict of interest. I'm attempting to get in touch with the Special Investigations Unit so that I can figure out exactly why I was terminated, but that's exactly what it's pointing towards because there's nothing in my background whatsoever. I'm 19 years old. There's absolutely nothing in my background for grounds for termination. They already warned me about this, told me that they would advise that I not speak at this rally on July 4th alongside of Senator Amanda Chase because it's considered a conflict of interest to Ralph Northern.
Now that's all I got from that. Now, I didn't even know he was a correction officer to that. I was like, correction officer?
Like,
now, in his time, I mean, 19 years, I mean, being a 19-year-old and an 18-year-old, I mean, he said he was in the Marines, and then in 1 year he became a correction officer? Like, how?
This
I
is all
mean,
very fishy.
Like, I was
because
like,
there's no special investigations unit into that. He would file an appeal with either the county, if it's a county sheriff ran corrections unit, or you would file it with whoever the administration is of said correctional facility. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from something, but there's no special investigations unit. I mean, maybe he's just trying to pump up to sound more official than he actually is, or like he has contacts that he doesn't actually have. But at the very least, that's an inexistent thing, unless he's just trying to make basically what is administrative bureaucratic appeals processes sound more
Edgy.
Edgy. That perfectly put, sound more edgy than they actually are. He's not like he's getting Olivia Benson to jump in there on a Law and Order SVU unit to come in and check out his shit. That's what it sounds like to me.
Hibiscus Society News does have a good point. However, I actually looked into this and looked it up and everything, and in Virginia, you cannot be a corrections officer unless you are 21. If you are between the ages of 18 and 20, you can go get like a waiver from the top dude, but you'd have to go get that. So like he
would have had to literally had Ralph Northam himself sign it off.
No, it wouldn't be the governor. It wasn't the governor. It was
okay.
It was the head of
my apologies. That's how it is here in
prison.
Utah.
Like
Okay.
The guy you're working under, the top dude at the prison you're working under, they have to fucking sign it.
Okay, my apologies on that, because that's what it would be here. Because you need to be an actual officer. You need to be an actual police officer to work as a corrections officer here in Utah. And so you would need that permission from the Secretary of State or whatever you'd call it, of the state itself, which would be, in my case, Spencer Cox. But anyways, I might be off on some of those details, but I do know he could, even without that permission, he could have been working because he never says he was a corrections officer, right? Let's give him credit for that. He says that he worked for the state in corrections, which could be some sort of aid within the jail or prison that he was working at, whether that be security. He could be a fucking janitor, right? So he doesn't clarify that he was a corrections officer, and I feel like that's something that I don't want to even say to his credit, but just for objective purposes should be underlined.
What do you guys think about this one? I mean, like, that's a slight variation on what I heard about it, on what I've come across about this particular situation.
Here's the thing with Dave's case, right? They're saying he bought rounds at a gun shop paid in cash. How the fuck would they know if the Dunnster Fire didn't tell them to look there? Yeah, I mean, that's a valid point. And I've also heard it said that Dunn requested that to happen. I haven't
Yeah,
seen proof
that's
for
what I
that.
heard. That's
I
I
haven't
have
seen
heard
proof
that
for
as
that.
well.
That's just
I
a
have
rumor.
heard I have heard rumors that he allegedly sent the money to Dunn and that Dunn purchased it and then left it in his on his property too. I'm
Yeah.
not really sure which one is the right
I
story.
think what Hibiscus says right here sounds
Plausible?
more
Well,
plausible than
simple.
the one you just outlined. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of this is like,
As we said, there's a
you don't want
lot
to
of
get
he
caught.
said, she said going
Yeah.
on.
Oh, absolutely. I just don't want to get caught up in, you know, making connections that aren't there just for the sake of making
Yeah.
connections.
No, I'm just throwing it
done.
out there because we
Yeah.
have heard a lot of rumors on just that one line, and that's a perfect example of how much
Yeah.
he said, she said there is because
Yeah.
we just came up with 3 different fucking stories.
Well, Dunn, it doesn't make sense for Dunn to buy the ammo anyways because he's in Virginia. It's much easier to buy that ammo
To
in
just
Maine
buy the ammo in
or
Maine.
one of the neighboring, if he goes through New Hampshire or Vermont. Because mind you, he drives from Maine to Virginia to pick Dunn up and then drives back up to Maine. It makes much
And
more sense to David himself to have bought the ammo in New Hampshire or Maine.
it
So
does, but to be fair, none of this shit makes much sense. Like, why?
no,
Just
no, it
why?
does. Well, it doesn't make sense for him to have bought the ammo and then have. How do the feds ever end up knowing he has the ammo? Right? That's not
You
info
will,
that they just get. That's not info that they just readily. Oh yeah, suddenly we know this
Mike.
felon bought ammo, right? Because it's not. You're not doing a 4470 or whatever it is. It just doesn't make sense. Somebody had to have told him or told the authorities that. Sorry, I'm getting over cold here. Had to have told the authorities that he had the ammo in the first place.
Yeah.
Mike, you wanna get somebody on here, Doc, that knows Mike very well.
Yeah, hit him up.
Okay.
Hit him the link. We'll talk about it. I mean, like, we got a little while. Um, I just, man, I can't fucking even come up with proper words to say because, like, I know everybody else is fucking mad. Like, a lot of people around me are fucking mad, and they're just like, "Fuck done, fuck done, fuck done," and I'm just like, "Why did this have to happen? Like,
All right.
please,
This is
can't there just be a fucking miracle to explain all of this shit and make it make sense?" But I mean, I know that's wishful thinking. That's naivety, and so I'm not playing off of that. But in the back of my head, I mean, this shit hurts me. I don't like this at all. Like with you guys, y'all are like, well, fuck it, and you're mad. Um, I'm just hurt, and I just don't
I'm
know
not
how to
even
fucking.
mad at this point. Like, there's a personal
Well,
part
yeah,
because
but you have been mad. You
I
have
have
been
been
mad.
I have been mad, and I have a personal, in my personal life, I have an arrest story that's eerily similar to Marcus's. And what is the common denominator and all that? Because mind you, me and Marcus hated each other, or I didn't even hate Marcus. I just didn't trust the shit out of him because he came in the room and threw Dunn.
I didn't even know who Tommy was.
Yeah, we've gone over this. So like, we hardly knew who the fuck each other was. What we did know, we butted the fuck heads because of Dunn. So, and that happened back in December, my arrest, right? What is the common denominator? What is the common denominator in all of
Michael
this?
Dunn.
Yeah.
Kenneth Michael Dunn.
Or
And at some
whatever.
point we do need to stop focusing on this, and there's other things
We
we'd love
do.
to do.
Yes.
I mean, I just want to
Yes.
take the moment to say that, and there are things I know I'm doing, and I know Mike Bobby's doing that deviate from this
Well, I mean,
bullshit.
this was
Yeah,
mainly
they
to clear.
do.
This was mainly to clear Rhino 6's spot because of what Rhino 6 had heard on the recordings, and he wanted to clear out his spot. So that's how the Mike Dunn situation came up.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, like I know that like it seems like we keep hitting on this and hitting on it and hitting on it, and the reason why is because there's so much left to he said, she said, and speculation, and I truly believe that one way or another,
And
hell or
Mike,
high water, fed or no fed, that we need to put some closure on this and let people
and
have as much information as they can so they can make an educated decision for themselves. Because moving forward from this, this is going to be, 6 months from now, this is going to be a fucking, I can't believe we were even, I mean, like, we're not going to be thinking about it. We're going to be doing other shit. We have shit to do. There is shit to do. But I feel personally that if we leave it to speculation and we don't hit on this and put as many people's stories possible as we can out
Is
there,
any reason
then there's gonna be too many people. Like it's gonna. I'm afraid that it'll cause like rifts and shit because people
At some
won't
point,
have the
though,
information they need.
people are grown adults and they can make the decision for themselves whether they want to trust Dunn, whether they want to align Dunn, whether
Oh yeah,
they
at
want
the
to
end of the
feel, some sort of sympathy for him, and that's on them. And I think we've gotten to the point.
V6,
I think
V6, V7.
Is there any reason why the link is not working?
I don't know. I don't know why.
I feel like at some point we have to be like, okay, Dunn happened. I mean, I'll be the first to admit there was some good that came from it. There's a lot of bad. We just have to be willing to move forward from it.
We
Right
won
now,
some, we lost some.
And we're just caught in this endless circle jerk of obsessing over Dunn. I'll be the first to. I mean, I am the guy that's been going after Dunn for however long.
Tommy, I'm sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
But like you said, this is bigger than Mike Dunn, and I think the people that we need to focus on more is the people that have been fucked over
fucked over by this situation. Yes,
exactly. The people that are still are looking for moral support. People that are still looking for, that they did this for us to watch our backs.
Well, what we need is a community that supports itself, right? We need to try and grow that instead of focusing. We don't need a community where it's us versus them, and we don't need a community that has turned Dunn into the. There's always this trap we fall in that we always need a boogeyman. We always need good versus evil. We don't need Mike Dunn for that, right? Past where he may represent some sus Fed shit and he can get that Fed label, by and large, there's an entire government, not just our nation, but worldwide. There's an entire government in place that is the perfect enemy for this, right? That's the enemy. And at some point, like, is there some camaraderie or just some shit in the talk by the water cooler talk about Dunn? Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
But at some point, this is more than Dunn, and he is not the enemy that the movement needs. There's some of us that he's our personal enemy, and there's a vendetta that, and I'll be one of them. Marcus might be one of them, but the movement isn't. But that's personal.
You know what, though? Hey,
the movement as a whole.
Hey, Rhino 6 did call him out, and he said, hey, if you want to do a charity boxing match and all proceeds go to Duncan Lip's son, he didn't write back, and I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and honestly, that's the perfect way to end it. Like, he ain't willing to back it up. But if he doesn't do anything about it, then he doesn't do anything about it. Like, that should be all the proof you need, to me at least.
To be honest, like, this episode, more than any of the others, is actually more about the people who've gotten dicked so far. And I mean, like, we spent a lot of time talking about what happened with Dave and Dave's situation, and then like, Dunn was like, hey, he hasn't even been arrested, so this has to be a lie. Well, where's Dave now?
Where was I?
Where was I? Where was I, and what am I looking at now? And what is Marcus?
Hey, Marcus, shoot Mike the picture of Dave, the recent article.
Oh, I know Mike Bobby's seen it.
Yeah,
that's just to show you where he's at.
No,
that was a rhetorical question. I know where the hell Dave's at, but
I was just being a smart ass.
God damn it, showing me up on the show. That's it. You're never allowed back again. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
but it is. Going forward, unless something new comes to light, my personal opinion on all of this is exactly as Timothy over here said. Either way, Dunn is a liability, and he needs to be avoided. Am I going to excommunicate people who speak to him? No, I'm not. I'm not going to let
No.
what happened create a rift between me and my brothers, sisters, and non-binary pals of liberty out there. I'm not going to do that. I'm
I'll
not
be
going to.
non-binary just
I'm
to
a
fit that description.
voluntarist, and I do not claim control over what other people do. And I am not going to hold them hostage by hold my friendship hostage over their heads, and my aid over their heads, and be like, you can't talk to Dunn or I won't talk to you. Now, if you're talking to him all the goddamn time, I'm probably not going to tell you real sensitive shit. I don't know why I would be saying sensitive shit over the internet or the phone, anyways, allegedly, in Minecraft and all that shit. But
that's you, Mike Bobby, the greatest OPSEC nightmare ever.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
you, Mike.
right? I'm terrible. But yeah,
Oh, I know.
You hear me, Feds? If anyone's gonna slip something, it's gonna be me because I'm
It's
terrible
him.
with security.
He rented a billboard with all the screenshots of everything ever.
I did.
Yeah.
It was
He made
terrible.
he made a collage that says "fuck the state" in screenshots of everything they've ever said.
Yeah, and
No,
everything,
I mean
everything,
everything,
of it.
including all the dick pics I've sent to Feds.
Oh,
Dude, I did may or may not have allegedly sent my butthole to Marcus. Or not Marcus,
oh
sorry,
my
Mike.
God.
I haven't sent my butthole to Marcus. I sent my butthole to Mike
I
Dunn.
did not see your butthole, Tommy. I did not see your butthole.
He's been
You're not
asking for
sending
it.
me your butthole, please.
That is a whole
I'm
nother
begging
bone I
you.
got to pick a whole nother night. The
Oh
dick
no,
pic, I got that's a whole nother night. I got another bone to pick about that one.
Marcus hit the head on the nail, though. We need to, from now on, moving forward, and just like this episode was, and as I said, unless something crazy comes out, and I need to say it, anytime we're talking about anything even related to this situation, our focus is going to be on the people that are being affected by it, because we still need to talk about that. And I don't know how long people are going to be affected by this, or how many people are going to be affected by it. And so if you're out there and something's happening and you want to, and you need to tell people, and it's relative to this, do not hesitate still, because I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to talk about Dunn. It's not going to be talking about Dunn. It's going to be talking about you and what's happening with you and how we can help you and shit. And that's what we should be focusing on, because our big, happy, drunk, unfunctional family of liberty out here, that's that's the important part. We
But
have
was
to
Liberty ever meant to be a functional family? Liberty is just like the ultimate dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
Except for me, I have all my shit together. Oh, we show our lighter.
Marcus.
The only thing we hold in common.
No, this is your lighter from last night, bitch.
Oh,
this is my lighter from tonight.
God damn, I'm sick of
everyone show. We're doing big pics. Everyone, big pics.
Big pics.
Big pics. Sorry. This whole super serious episode, and we're just in here being like, big pigs.
Lit like big, lit.
This is why libertarians don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. But I mean, it's not supposed to be fully functional, because the only thing we can all agree on is that liberty good and that tyrant bad, So, we're everything else is a grab bag of preferences, and we have to figure out how to live with each other, and we don't have some state daddy coming in to tell us what to do and how to fucking get along with each other. We have to sit down like adults and figure it out.
I've come to a point though where I asked the whole Boogaloo Nation, or I asked them, when is it time? How many people do have to go down for people to wake up? How many people do they have to be affected? How many people have to be taken away from their family, from their kids, literally treated inhumane for no fucking reason. When is this shit going to stop?
Yeah.
What you know, like literally.
Never.
I can't wake up and get out of bed without reading a news story about the state murdering somebody else. Um it didn't used to be that way, but they've still been doing it, you know. And at this point, it's ridiculous. They are literally killing us all over the place every fucking day, and that's not just Liberty people. That's just people.
Yeah,
And
there's just been more murders than
you know,
anywhere. It's just
it was like what we were last night. Last night on the episode we did last night, we were talking about how many names there are, and how there are too many fucking names to say at this point. And there are new names every damn day, and there are people out there standing up. But when is it gonna, like, I do wonder, when is it gonna be time for everyone to stand together and say, no, this is too much? Because, like, I mean, everyone's like, well, where's your line? And I'm like, I know where mine is. Mine's fucking about 20 miles back that way. And, you know, I'm not redrawing my line at this point. But I haven't had a situation where I was there and it fucking sparked like that. So, I mean, I know it'll probably happen one day because I'm not gonna film somebody getting killed by the cops. I'm not gonna do it. I carry around a tripod for a reason, you know. Um, I don't have to hold my camera.
yeah.
But like what frustrates me is I'm just like, how many people are we gonna let take? Not necessarily just the world. Like, how many people are we gonna let take? When are we gonna
And
start
and,
showing
and
up to these places where they have fucking taken these people and like raising the roof like it's the walls of Jericho or some shit? You
and,
know,
and the
and what
scary
I mean by that is like marching and yelling. Not, I'm not saying let's go attack the jails. That's not what I'm saying. But we need to
Yeah,
actually,
I was gonna say, whoa, whoa, whoa.
yeah, I'm talking about, we don't have to be violent to stop them. Like, I've said this before in other episodes. Like, it's time for us to literally stand in the way, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, use your, you know, like I tell people, hey, use your fucking body. And they're like, are you trying to get people to fight? And I'm like, no, I'm saying literally use your fucking body. Get
Yeah,
over there and
you
stand in
wanna
the
know where
way.
you wanna know where to start right now? Super easy. If you got $100,
Where?
call a local jail. Find a kid who can't make bail for $100 and bond him out.
there are so many people that
There
can't
you go.
torn out of bail.
Call your local jail. There's a kid in there right now who cannot even make bail for $100, 10% of $1,000, maybe 200, whatever it may be, and bond his ass out on behalf of the Boogaloo.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go. Anybody want to do something? There's your first strike. You want to get a kid out of a
That's a good
cage?
idea. Man, that made me fucking
You get what
get
I'm
all
saying? You want to get a
grumpy.
kid out of a cage? I'm gonna tell you how to do it. That's exactly how you do it right there with money.
Well, yeah. I mean, and for those of us that are broke ass bitches, we try and do other shit.
Yeah,
I
but I mean,
wouldn't be
it doesn't even
broke if
matter.
it wasn't for my
Bro,
gun.
you could find a kid in there and send him $20 commissary so he could get some extra food that week. Write him
Shit,
a fucking.
I'm
All
the
you
kid
gotta
that's
do,
gonna need. I'm the kid that's gonna need. Sorry.
write a letter to that kid,
Oh yeah,
and when he gets out
absolutely.
that jail, guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna
I'm gonna.
boog, and he's gonna do the same shit you did,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how you carry something on. That's the only impact you're gonna have on someone's life hard enough to make them
Yeah.
carry this forward.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about there's no way, ain't nobody going down to ICE detention center, and where you can wave all the flags you want and shit, but they ain't releasing nobody. We know that. You got to get out, vote, call your politicians. You got to be super active in the political community to do that. But if you really want to get a kid out of cage, I'm sure Mike can find somebody in his local town right now who needs a bond for 100 fucking bucks, and bond him out and bring him on the goddamn show and let him tell him how he did it himself. If people want to see evidence, we'll bring him on the goddamn show every bond we post. I'm sure they'll get a smartphone real quick.
Yeah.
Get a hold of the family. Say
That's
there.
a great idea. That's a
There.
fucking genius idea.
You talking about cages? Shit, ain't nothing worse than county jail. Shit.
It's
I mean,
pretty
I'm
bad
pretty sure
sometimes. I mean, it depends on the county, but yeah,
you could even. I
pretty
mean, there's
bad.
even. I mean, it doesn't even matter to me about money or nothing. You could have someone start a fund for it, and we could pull funds directly from that, or ask for whoever runs that fund for the money to bond this person in this county who needs the help. Bro, come on. That's how you. That's how you change the world. Or you change. That's how you impact somebody's life. Damn, somebody cared about me enough to find me and bomb me out. That motherfucker going to eat shit.
Yeah, I fucking love that idea. That is an excellent idea.
That's the only place to start. There's nowhere else to go from there. They can get a public defender. They could fight the case, but not being locked up with no bond. I mean, not no bond, but with a shitty little bond, and you got nobody to support you, and you need to get to work so you can fight this stupid shit and stay free and take care of your family. That $100 means the world. And if he's stuck in there on trial, put $20 in somebody's commissary. Buy some minutes on the phone. It'll change their world. Trust me. That shit will pass down. Bottom line.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else to do. I mean, what else you gonna do? We're not storming shit. We're nothing violent over here on this side. It's not gonna happen. I mean, there's not. You know, it's physics and science. It's not gonna fucking happen. Fundage, money, shit costs money. There's no way. This shit has to be fought slick, and that's the slick way to do it. And I'm sure there's already organizations that do that, but they wouldn't expect this, and this would grow from it, and that's what they'd be afraid of the most. So if you want to affect the government, take fucking 1,000 kids that were locked up on bullshit charges and help them out and see what happens. But hold on, I'm walking in the.
love that idea.
I'm gonna have to mute my mic. You guys can carry on for a second because I
It's
gotta walk
okay.
in the
We're
house.
trying to get Doc in here, and there's a slight technical difficulty. So y'all
Whatever,
be
do what you
patient
guys are
with
doing.
us.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
But
If you don't hear me, I'm here, but I'm muting my mic.
I mean, direct action in your local area is always going to be good. But I mean, there is a real
There's a lot
problem
of
with
things.
the prison system, with the jailing system, with the way they arrest people and shit. It's
Oh,
Yo,
it's
there
got
he
to be.
is.
There we
am
go.
I
Can
Ooh,
you
really
hear
here
there
us?
he
now?
is.
Put your
Holy
face on.
crap.
Put your face on. Put
Oh
your
my,
face on.
bro.
Let's
see that beautiful mug.
You're not
I
gonna show
just got
your
done
brother.
working
Oh my
out, bro. This isn't even fair.
You're like,
um,
y'all are dicks, making
No,
me come in
uh,
here.
I'll be a
I
huckleberry.
got
I'll be a huckleberry. I'll be a
I just
huckleberry.
wanted to backtrack real quick.
Yeah,
Bringing up
let's
the
backtrack
correctional stuff. I
into
know, I
this.
know, I know you guys are over it now, but
No,
I was trying to
no.
get in
No,
here
no,
for so
no.
long.
Like it's okay because like we paused because I mean yeah, you were already coming in here. It's not like you came in and were a dick. You know, you were already gonna do it. So come on, do it.
So I just wanted to bring up, you know, how he could be a correctional officer under the age of 21, and if he had a military background, which I mean, he has said many times that he does, that would make a lot of sense for him to be able to get a job like that. You know, that would give him the special access that he needed if he had that Marine enlistment on his application or whatever, you know.
Yeah, regardless of how much time he served or didn't serve.
Yeah, it's still gonna
having
help.
it on there is enough to help some.
So I think I have a timeline of everything, because I don't know if any of you guys have seen videos. I don't know if I could find them right now. I've been researching this dude for a long time because I think he's a threat.
Yeah,
and that's what I do.
He's doing his research.
Give us your timeline if you don't mind. I would love to hear it.
So if you watch older videos of Dunn, he actually totally denounces the Boogaloo boys. Like, he says, I am not a Boogaloo boy. This is before everything. And the thing is, he kind of did it for attention. The media labeled him as a Boogaloo boy. He didn't label himself as one, so he became one because it got him more attention. And then he kind of struck gold when he united the Boogaloo Boys and Black Lives Matter. So after that, he still keeps on gaining popularity. He's still broke though. So then he gets arrested for the conceal and carry, and he gets visited by the FBI. And I don't know, I'm in a chat with it. We were in a chat together on Snapchat, and he'd always bring up that they gave him his card, like the FBI gave him, like their calling card, he called it. And I think after he got arrested for the conceal and carry, I think that's when he started working with them. Because after that, things started happening, and like the police chief giving him the chocolate milk, like stupid stuff. And then I remember one time, it was right after the Nashville bombing. I was talking to him, and I called him, and I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure, like, somebody said something stupid and they wanted to take credit for it, and I was like, no, we can't do that. So I said, Mike, you need to put these guys in line. And he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna call the FBI. I'm gonna use their card, and I'm gonna make sure that they know that it didn't have anything to do with us. So it's like he admitted he was open about working with feds. Like he was totally fine with it. And I think once they started bringing in money, I think that's when he.
Uh-oh. Kudowski's.
Oh.
They got him.
And he just got red flagged.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He was saying when he started getting money, and then boom.
Remember that time that Doc got red flagged on MLTP?
Oh,
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. I don't know. It might be a second before he realizes that he's been.
I just love he has that like I get some dopey looks, but that I'm gonna.
Man, when this thing freezes up, it's almost always in the worst. But like when people's cameras freeze up, it's almost always in the weirdest fucking way.
I'm gonna share that.
I've had it happen to me too.
Oh, Marcus, I just got a good one on you.
Oh,
I just got a good one on you.
On who?
On Marcus, because I screenshotted that with just the face that Doc was making.
You got me.
I got a good one on you, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Doc got me good. Oh, yeah, bro, people are all shit, man. I have a retarded face, Hey, Tyler, look, read the comments.
Hold on, I'm parking the cars, dog. I gotta put cars in the garage. Hold on a second. I'm gonna get caught up right now, dog. I'm just trying to get these cars parked. Hold on, you know how this shit go. I got somebody's big ass dually in front of my house.
Shut up. Man, you sparked up a lot of ideas, man. And
hold on, man. I'm trying to get. I got these motherfucking earbuds driving me crazy. I might get shot when I walk in the house.
Caboose.
I'm telling you. Think I'm fucking around?
Marcus, I'm tagging you in this right now.
For sure.
Oh my god, you guys. We're such grown-ups.
We got big
remember, we're gonna free the world here. It's us. Speaking of being, like,
my god,
capable of shit, I have screwed up.
Where the fuck my hat go?
There we go.
All right, I'm parked. I'm good.
Hopefully, does anybody have contact? Can you all figure out if he's coming back in or?
I'll figure out now.
Sorry, guys. We're having the night of bad hookups. I mean, bad. Oh, there we go. There he is. You said, you got to the point where you said, and he was, when the money started coming in and then it froze and we were like, oh God, he brought up the money. Now he's gone.
Okay. So the money, like if they started offering him money, it would make sense how he got that, rifle, along with the, many donations that us boys kindly gave him. If you think about it, you also have to remember that he said he was 20. and you can't buy a 300 blackout AR if you're 20 years old. You have to be 21, don't you?
I don't know.
Mhm. You can't even possess it.
That's you can't possess it. So how shit just doesn't add up.
Is that one of them their laws I don't pay attention to? Allegedly.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he did buy it legally. He was at the gun store. He took pictures at the gun store buying it, which would mean he can't be 20 years old.
Yeah.
So I
Or
think
there's
he's just been fake from the start. He started gaining momentum with the movement, and he just kept on coming out with lies. Like, dude, this guy was never a Boogaloo boy. Like before he
No.
got credited as one, he wasn't one.
No, when I first started talking to my
And me and Doc are on a special Snapchat group that a lot of people are not on, and we're a certain select a few, and we were all talking when Mike was on there. We were all talking to Mike on a daily basis. So it was like we all had kind of a figure of speech of like what Mike was like doing, and the time where he kind of divided out everybody saying that somebody's a Fed, and he was talking about me that I was a Fed. As a matter of fact, he told Doc that I was a security threat, and then I was like, that's funny because he just wrote to me saying that they fixed a security threat. So you telling me that I'm the security threat, that I'm the Fed? So
He
I
was
was
paranoid. He's been paranoid ever since he started working with the feds. Like very paranoid. Because if that shit got out, this shit that's happening now would have happened,
yeah. What do you think he was gonna expect? He was gonna keep the shit in the dark forever?
But the thing that like gets me the most is like as soon as we started saying like
you guys are
all this stuff,
hey,
he
these guys
did
are
kind of.
all reporters.
What?
News reporters for different magazines.
So
Hey.
where was he
Mad
purchasing
City.
this gun at,
They
by the
are.
way?
Me and your brother and
Virginia.
Rhino are the boots.
What
But
on
for some
Tyler,
reason,
what?
I got thrown up there like because I could yap,
Tyler,
And like, yo, have you seen the chats?
Tyler,
I'm going crazy about my idea to go buy somebody else
Tyler,
$100. I can't get bought.
Tyler.
Tyler,
Like there's kids
Tyler,
don't have money.
Tyler, Tyler,
You don't have that shit. Your mama leave their ass in there.
Tyler,
he could do that.
Tyler.
So a quick fact check, right? Like, where did he get? Is this in Virginia that he was getting his rifle?
Yeah.
All right, I checked this because Caboose was over here saying that it was 18 but 21 for handguns, and I checked on that, and in Virginia it is 18 for long guns.
Okay. So I guess
Just so
makes
that
sense.
people know, we did check that fact because, like, I was not sure, so I double checked just to make sure. But everything else on that, like, that's a lot. Do you guys know where we can find more, like, where people can, if they're looking to see anything, do you think any idea where they might be able to find anything where he was saying that he was not a boog boy? Does anybody still
I'll
have
look
that?
for it. I will look for it, and I can send it to you guys. I wouldn't even know where to start right now, but
Yeah.
I can definitely look for that.
It would be hard for people to find probably. So, like, if
It
we
would.
when he
Everything
gets
is hard
into
to
his
find out.
full, yeah, when we get a hold of that, I'll just pop it up in a short and be like, hey, here, y'all, look at this.
Like I even paid for background checks on the guy, and nothing, not one thing. I could not find anything but media articles on him.
Like, on
No
his
birth certificate?
identity.
Yep.
No, there's
You-
nothing. The only thing you can find is media articles.
So there's no birth certificates of him ever being born.
And I mean, unless
that's
it's white.
public. That's public.
I don't get it. I just like.
Unless he's what?
Who said that?
You said unless he's, and then I didn't hear what you said after that.
Oh yeah, no, I said like unless his shit was wiped. Like
I don't even think it was wiped
don't-
because so look, Doc, you couldn't find that shit before his arrest.
you
You
couldn't.
couldn't find nope, not in April or May. No, he's been wiped since he came out on the scene in late March, early April on a national level. And as far as I've been told, he was wiped on a state level. People couldn't find his shit because they've been having problems with him since last January of 2019.
And that arrest record that people have found from Newport, that cannot be obtained through normal public searches. You have to go to a specific, you have to take a specific route to get to it. So
And
that's also suspicious.
It was put there 2 weeks later, and his charges that he initially said he had in Newport News should have landed him in the district court, yet they're put in the circuit court. Or I don't know what the exact wordage is on that, but they're basically put in the more local court, not on the larger district, more serious court, because that's where his charges initially would have put him. His birthday is redacted, which is weird. They don't usually redact your birthday at all, unless that's a Virginia practice. I didn't really look through other people's stuff, so maybe I'm wrong on that. But
I'm not sure. We could look into it, though.
Yeah, that's an easy one to check out. But the one that definitely y'all remember is when he was arrested there, he said he was bailed out. He insisted he was bailed out by his father, right? Yet on that court record you find, it says he's released on his own recognizance.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever even heard about his family? Like, he's never.
I don't know. I've seen him do some I've seen some Snapchat videos of him with his family, allegedly.
Like his sister.
Yeah.
But she's younger than him.
She's younger than him. There's a very young man that I don't know if that's like his cousin or his brother or whatever that he's been with or whatever, but
nobody's like had direct comms with his family now.
No.
People were trying to when he first got arrested. We were trying to find him, nobody could find him. And then this one dude who nobody had ever seen, because I followed he was still on Facebook at the time this happened.
What was his name?
I followed Mike Dunn. Oh, the dude that came in just out of nowhere. I can't remember it. Like,
was it
I
Tim
never
Donaldson by chance?
That sounds familiar.
Dude, so when I was snapping him, like the night that all the shit went down, I said, like, I pretty much attacked the guy that was on his account. And the picture that he sent back was a dude in a white collar shirt. And he like, I think Marcus, could you send that to Mike?
Which is?
It's the picture that the guy on Mike Dunn's Snap account sent me the night that all this shit went down, that he said he got arrested. And he said his name was Tim Donaldson. And he sent me a picture of himself. Crossed out. You know what I'm talking about? I'll send it to you real quick on
I have all those screenshots here. What do you want me to send to you?
Send it so you could show him that, because it's ridiculous, and that's who Tim Donaldson is, which I don't know. I've never heard of that guy ever in my life.
I know I've seen that name before the shit that happened when it all blew up in Maine, but I can't. I by no means can confirm that was the dude who was.
That name.
I can't. I know I can't.
Picture I've ever seen in my life.
I hope we're not like calling an actual boy a Fed or anything, but like I've never heard of him before.
I just know, like, look, to get back to what I. Yeah, I've seen the picture.
Remember,
I've seen the picture.
David reported his truck stolen. Remember this? David had already. Mike had gotten pulled over in David's reported stolen truck with all the firearms. Now,
Mike, I'm gonna send it to your Snap.
Do that.
Now here's okay. So to be.
Oh wait! Don't do that. I can't check it right now.
Okay. To say something in the immediate on David's case, and it might have been brought in before I caught on, but if David is arrested for illegal possession of ammunition, why is he also not being charged for what would be the illegal possession of firearms, right? That were in the supposed truck.
Yeah.
Why is that not a thing? That's in the present. In the farther past, when it comes to his arrest, all I can say is that this dude popped on. He had like no mutual. This is back in the late days of FedBook, right? He had no mutuals. Nobody really. He just came in out of nowhere and said, "I've contacted Mike's dad. We're raising up bail money right now. He should be getting released soon." And then he ends up getting released. It was just weird that nobody knew that. Like the one time we would get contact with his father to try and help him out, this dude came in who nobody had heard of. Is like, "I've got it handled. He's getting bailed out." And that was the story. And that had always been the story, that he got bailed out from those charges, even though once the record came out of the supposed arrest, it said released on his own recognizance. Like, that's just a lie in itself. That's a
There's
bald-faced
too
lie.
many lies. There's just too many of them.
So, again, that's just one of many. I think he's been a plant from the entire time. I think that he just struck gold with Boogaloo shit and upped his profile with all of it, and that's just what I think.
I just don't think he was a plant. Like the reason that doesn't make sense to me is because he wasn't a Boogaloo boy at first, and then once we started, like, once one person found out that he was lying, he denounced the Boogaloos again. Like, he was like, "Oh, not one
What
of
I'm
them
s-
again."
what I'm saying is I don't think he was meant to be a plant with the national scene. I think he was meant to just be a plant on the local level, because that's usually how this shit works. And I think that it just got to be like, oh, maybe we could try this. 'Cause
This
that's
shit
usually
looks like a stock image.
Dude, it looks so bad. It looks so
it does. It does look
and it
terrible.
looks like a fake picture. It
You
looks
guys
so
care
bad.
if I show people?
Yeah, go
Show
for it.
it and
David was saying-
what's my
David-
snap
David-
say?
David
The
was
snap he
arrested
sent me
for
said his name is Zulu or something, like that's his code
Yeah.
name or his screen name. Nobody's ever heard of this
Zulu
guy.
something. Yeah, I'm like, that doesn't have anything important on there that I can't show, does it?
No.
No. Okay, cool. I'm like, yeah, like first I look at this one and people are like, that looks like a fucking Fed, and then I pull it up bigger and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if that's a Fed, but it looks like a fucking stock image almost, you know?
It looks like a stock image, and he's got
I don't give a fuck what you say. That's a fucking federal agent fucking sucking his fucking boss's balls.
I love how he says sir. I can't let my face out there, sir. What fucking boot boy says sir like
Says
that?
sir.
We say, show me your butthole.
Yeah, I mean,
We say stupid shit.
yeah, I don't hardly ever hear anybody say sir. I haven't been called sir once. I have never
And
been
as someone
called
who says
sir in the Boogaloo.
and as someone who says sir and ma'am in like their personal life, like there's a very clear distinction. I don't go in the chats and call anybody sir.
If you're getting like, if you're like 50 plus and you've been working your whole life for military or some shit, I'm gonna call you sir.
I mean, that's just how I was raised to call everybody surrounding, but that's not like my point is like if that's like somebody who says he is what he's saying he is, you're never calling another boob boy sir.
No, not happening.
You're either talking to a girl and you're hitting on her because we're fucking lames, or you're talking to another boy and you're telling him to send you his butthole.
I'm married.
We're fucking ladies.
Yeah, we don't say
or you're
sir,
married.
we just, you know, like
don't say that shit. We just say absurdities. Like what the
yeah, like just rando shit and everything. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I've never had anybody. I don't think I've ever had anybody call me sir. Like if you're out there and you called me sir and I missed it, I mean, you can.
Well, now I'm
remind
just
me,
gonna start calling you
still,
sir. Now I'm just gonna
don't
start
do
calling you
that.
sir.
I'm not gonna answer because I'm not gonna even know you're talking to me.
So to get back to the original point there, Doc, when it comes to him being a plant, I don't believe he was meant to be a national story. I don't believe he was meant to be a national plant. I believe that happened on the local level because that's what happened. That happened in Texas in the 90s, happened in Arizona in the 90s, happened in Idaho in the 90s. And that's what PatCon's all about. And that shit leads directly into Ruby Ridge and leads into Waco. Shit went viral. Vice picked up on it. He got it out of his head. And I think that his handlers at some point thought, man, maybe we could do some shit with this on the national scope. But that's why he continued to denounce the Boogs, right? And I don't know where in all of that he made a mistake, but there's a key place. And for me personally, it's how well he knew Duncan Lemp. Because he talks that they're personal friends, and they were not. Lemp reached out to him briefly about making a website. Sure. And I called him on this back in this when I started having an issue early May of last year. And I'm like, look, dude, you don't, like, I knew him through chats. You didn't, the things that Duncan was talking about supposedly told Mike, where he was saying the things, you know, if these things are important to Duncan, these things that he was working on, but they were important to him, so we talk about some of them, right? Because he want, you know, it's part of his life, but he wouldn't be talking about some clear security issues, right? So what I'm saying is the things that he supposedly told Mike Dunn were the things he shouldn't have been telling Mike Dunn, and the things he never said about it in the places he should have been saying something about it, right? That just doesn't add up. If that makes sense.
Let me. I don't think he was a plant from the beginning.
I don't either.
But
And see,
what I do think
I disagree with
is
that, but
he used whatever he could use to gain momentum and to gain popularity. You got to realize this guy needs validation. He needs validation because he was kicked out of the military. He needs to feel validated.
It should also be cleared up.
You know
It should also be cleared up.
Like,
It should also be cleared up. He was kicked out of the militia group he started there in Virginia. He was bounced from that.
I heard
he was bounced from
a mental disorder and a fucking heart problem.
No,
if he had a
That's
mental
the
issue, there's no way he
military.
could have got a gun. Like that's
No.
the part. I don't
No.
believe those
That's what
manuscripts.
I heard. I can't confirm it, but that's what I heard. And that's
Yeah,
cool.
no, that's what he told me too. He got kicked out for failing mental evaluations, but he would never be able to buy a gun.
See?
No,
I'm not
there would be a massive moratorium on him ever buying.
And the feds wouldn't have supplied him with a gun either.
Thank you, Tommy.
No.
Like they wouldn't have let it happen.
No, so I mean, either way, what I'm saying is that even if he didn't start out as a Fed plant, he was a Fed much earlier than I think most people realize. I think he was a Fed. I think he was a Fed within, at the on the low end, within a matter of weeks after he took that picture doing the BLM shit.
Yep.
I think it was before his arrest. So I think that, like, as far as the timeline goes, we're talking May at the latest.
That would make sense. But
that's
going
the very
back to
latest.
What I was saying before, like how he needs validation and popularity. He used Duncan's name to gain popularity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like, he did not know this guy. He did that to gain popularity, just like every single other thing he did. He denounced Black Lives Matter, and then next day he's up there, preaching about it. It doesn't make sense. None of it adds up. He did everything he did to gain popularity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, they had a brief interaction. Duncan reached out to him to do a website in late December of 2019, and Mike talks about how they were already like Boog Boys together and all shit, like in one of his many revised stories. But he's as late as March, early April, denouncing the Boog.
And was Duncan even? Is Duncan a confirmed Boogaloo boy? I thought he was a 3%er.
He was an ex-3per who was starting to dig some of the stuff that was coming out of the Boog.
Okay.
Is the best way to put it. I wouldn't say if he was all the way there yet or not. I didn't know him that well, but I will say this though. It's also interesting is that there's a few people who were kind of, and this is just before because I'd kind of taken a break from some shit, like from the old 4chan days. But as it was starting to seep out into the more quote unquote mainstream, or at least out of 4chan, and like it started on Reddit and stuff like that, the boys who were kind of the PR face of the Boog before Dunn became the Boog, they all got popped.
All of them?
The three main ones, yeah. Or one went dark, two got popped. Like the guys who were kind of like the ones people looked up to, the Dunns before the Dunns. Because people seem to think that this Boogaloo thing just started in March of 2020. It's been going on before that, right? I forget.
I didn't even know who Mike Dunn was at first. Like that happened later.
So it's just there's two, like every time. So hear me out. Every time you construct the timeline, the sketchy shit with Mike Dunn goes farther and farther and farther and farther back. What it also does though is that sketchiness goes more and more and more and more localized. Because I've talked extensively with people out in Virginia just for this purpose. And
you can find the first article he's mentioned in too, and he wasn't affiliated. I'll send that to the Signal right now.
Yeah, please do. You can find it, but for a while there it was hard to find. It actually might still be, but
it still is.
Yeah, I remember finding that. I remember finding that and looking at that and just being awestruck, because by that time he should have, according to his timeline and knowing Duncan, he should have been supposedly affiliating with the Boog at that point. But yeah, the people that were there before Mike Dunn was Mike Dunn have all either gone dark or been bounced, been popped. So the sketching and timeline, it always the farther back you go, the sketchiness just keeps going back farther and farther, and it localizes itself. It localizes Mike within local militias there, which is really what Pat Con and FBI infiltration is about. It's not about this national scope thing, but it's about a localized level, about getting these dudes within a local militia. And so that's why I think, that's what I really think, because people have been saying this about him since January of 19. Like, this didn't start overnight. And that's how I was first clued into it, is that the shit that was going on in his local militias.
I also found out too that somebody follows on Rhino 7, Rhino 6. He has him on Instagram, and supposedly Mike posted up a picture of me. I have a picture of my with a Florida Sunshine Boogaloo flag, and he posted a picture of me up. And they write to my brother saying, "Yo, like, why did Mike post a picture of Marcus? Is this a way of letting his FBI handler who Marcus is?" And I was like, "Fuck, man!" And look what happened to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that got posted right before he got jammed.
Yeah.
How about that?
Reno 7 told him about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I thought I had a copy of it sitting easy. I was gonna share it, but I can't find it.
Well, the common thread between me and Marcus's, both of our arrests, is that within just a week or two of really going after Dunn, because I've been going after Dunn for a while now, and really publicly since end of September, early October. But when I really went after him end of November, a few weeks after that, and it was for stupid shit he was saying then. And at this point, half the time I forget. Well, I get arrested December 4th by an unmarked UHP officer who nobody had ever seen before in a county of 20 people in the jail. I won't get into the specifics of my arrest, but I have another blatantly suspicious arrest, kind of like Marcus's. And I don't even know if Mike set us up or if the feds are like, "Oh shit, this guy's going after our dude," I don't know.
I'll be able to confirm that by next week, because I'll have my discovery.
Well, my discovery just says that I was pulled over for speed. Like, they'll change, like, because they'll arrest you on the charges, and then your discovery is just what your charges were, right? But my discovery won't mention. He asked me 6 times, "Are you affiliated with an organization with a known animosity or known antagonism with the government or with police?" And I told Mike Bobby this the day I got out.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so he asked me 6 times, and he stopped twice, because it was like a 25-mile drive back north to the Juab County Jail, and he asked me twice on the way there, like, why was I going down south? Why was I going down south? And I said, I was just going south, bro. That's just all I said. And when we get back in, so he does that, and then he asked me the 6 times about my affiliation, and then, and mind you, he probably gone and looked through my notebooks and such, like, I'm sure he did, but he knew about my warrant before even grabbing my ID, so that was weird. But sorry to meander. After all of that, he goes, for a third time at this point, he goes, "So why were you headed down south?" And I go, "I don't know." He's like, "So why were you going to California?" I'm like, "I never said I was going to California. Hear me out. I never said I was going to California."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Well, we'll see about that." This was right at the time that all these boys were being linked up in that weird shit that was going down in Phoenix and Cali. And so that was when it clicked for me.
Yeah, it was.
That was when it clicked for me that there was a predetermination before I was even pulled over, that there was an attempt to connect me into a general stream of fuckery that was happening on the back end of I-15 down, and then split down in Phoenix. So, and that all happened. That all happened within a week of going after Dunn.
That is uncomfortably convenient.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what's up?
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but you have to wonder.
I'm starting to wonder if Dunn has something to do with what happened to Duncan.
Yes, Tommy. I heard about that too.
People know my opinions on that.
I heard about that too.
I don't know your opinion on that. I'd love to hear it.
I heard Duncan had two doors.
Marcus,
I heard Duncan had 2 doors. Now
this is where we get really tinfoil hatty.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, like super tinfoil.
I'm gonna tell you what I've heard. I don't know Duncan. I can't speak for a lot, so this is what I heard. Duncan had a door booby trapped. Somebody advised the people that were gonna raid the no knock shit, whatever, that it was booby trapped. Now they went into the other door that was not booby trapped. They were surprised. So somebody tipped them off that whatever door that Limp had booby trap, the feds had knew already.
So yes, they did. Doc, I'll tell you this. This is my opinion. Whoever set up,
I just can't fathom how fucked up somebody could be to have something to do with this and then claim that there is a friend. That's next level fucked up. That's not even human, bro. That's like inhuman.
No, it's not. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
but that is exactly the kind of shit that the feds would do.
Yep. Mike Bobby knows my opinion on this, and Mike can attest the fact that I've held this opinion for a little while now, before my arrest. Whoever was involved in setting up Duncan was involved with Mike. At what point they became involved, I can attest to. I won't bother to even have an opinion on that publicly, because this is just not the place to be shooting the shit speculative on that. I will tell you that my opinion is solid enough that whoever set Duncan up ended up or was already working with Mike.
I agree with that.
And it happened. Duncan was killed on March 12th. I believe Mike was a Fed at the very least within 2 months of that. But I believe it's entirely possible that they were already working together.
He was cracked down already with those 2
months. The moment Duncan's name came out of Mike's mouth, Mike was already a Fed. I say that is an opinion I have. I won't speculate past that, because that would be that would be unfair to all parties involved.
It's enough to be like, anybody that has a common sense, it'll be enough to be like, okay, well.
And Mike Bobby doesn't like this, because I've been saying this for a long time.
And I'm telling you right now, I told Rhino 6, Rhino 7, I told them, listen, Mike has some type of personal vendetta because they seem to live in the same state and all this shit, and he's the one that Mike called them out in all this bullshit. So Mike, Rhino 7.
I get all that.
I don't like it when you say
back
this
farther.
shit, but or the fact that you've been saying this shit for a long time. But to be honest, like, I couldn't deny you even then, because like there were plenty of people who were trying to like chew on Mike's ass, but every single person out there that was doing it that was in my visual scope, it was very clear that they were doing it because they were jealous of him. But the way you went about it was completely different, and it did, like,
I was never jealous of Mike.
Yeah, I didn't listen to you at the beginning, and I probably should have, but I didn't know, I didn't have enough of a visual to do it. But like Alex Jones, you have become uncomfortably correct.
Did you just compare me to Alex Jones? Can you at least compare me
I did.
Can you at least compare me to pre-2008 Jones? Can you at least do me that favor?
No, that's what I'm talking about, because like, remember, a lot of the stuff he said way back is now coming out.
Hell no.
No, Alex Jones was fucking prophet about some shit, especially concerning Oklahoma City and Waco and Patcon. He really was. Yeah, like it or not. Like it or not. The 9/11. And there's that other guy, the aliens guy that everybody loves to attest it to, but Alex Jones did a lot more work on that. Fuck that dude. Anyways, your point was, Mike. Yeah, I mean, I know it's uncomfortable, but
It is.
it's been
But
there, and I've
as
said the
uncomfortable as it
I've
is,
said the lemp done connection since the end of October,
I can't
so
like
that can't be held against me.
I can't deny this shit. You know,
Okay.
like I have been like open-minded and willing to hear everybody out and stuff like that this whole fucking time, seeking information and more evidence and blah blah blah. But like, yeah, I can't. There's just too much of it.
I feel like
And
I should bring up him like openly like talking to the feds like again, because
Yeah,
he
it is a
mentioned
good.
so many times like, oh, I have the card, you know, I'll just give him a call. I'll just give them a call. Like,
At this point,
who does that? Who
I have
has
two
that
Fed.
card?
I
at
have
this
two.
point,
I have two Fed cards on. Well, I have one Fed card on me and another one that's been sent to me. I don't, shit doesn't happen. I'm not going to go call the feds,
Yeah, dude. Like,
But I've been visited. Like, I have the card. I'm not going to be like, yeah, Doc told me my penis is small. I need to go call the feds now. The fuck?
well, I mean, shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Crap. I had something pertinent and smart to say. Fuck you
Yeah,
guys.
it got pretty heavy there for a minute. So I need
Yeah,
a cigarette.
it is heavy. I'm fucking upset. I'm fucking, it just goes to show. See, when everybody's like, oh, like, I'm just gonna, like, I'm gonna ask Mike because he probably knows. And I keep telling you guys that sometimes I'm a fucking moron. Sometimes I'm a fucking moron. Like, I went to bat for a Fed and I didn't know I did. I didn't know I was doing it.
nobody did.
Because, like, nobody did. But
Like,
I
you
was
can't feel bad
wrong,
for that,
Nobody's perfect. I do feel bad about it though. And there's literally nothing anyone is going to be able to say that's going to make that go away. All I can do is work on it from this point forward, and that's another reason probably why I'm so interested in finding out as much as I can, because I want everyone to know.
For sure. And
what
I
you
definitely
found.
feel that.
And at
I
the
feel like,
beginning, I didn't, to be honest, at the beginning, I thought I was going to find something that was going to like magically make this all make sense. I wanted to, I needed to, but I can't.
you knew from the beginning.
now, I think that the reason that we all kind of started almost, I don't feel like idolizing is the right word, but I'm going to use it anyway. I feel like the reason we
I
started,
wasn't idolizing him. I just loved what he was doing. I thought he
yeah,
was so good for
that's what I'm
this.
saying. He's the reason that people started realizing that, we're not a bunch of fucking racist bigots, like everybody thought we were Trump supporters before he came along and took those photos, and I feel like
Okay.
that's where we all.
Okay, it should also be mentioned though that this is a dude who has been seen to drop the hard R. Whoops, there we go. Hard R on Snapchat videos where wore a Confederate belt buckle as long as I know until recently. Like, there's a massive
And there's
level of
videos of
hypocrisy
him,
there.
I mean, like, not even that long ago of him speaking with other known racists. I forgot. I can find that article too.
Well, his lawyer is known to like a known representative and like a known simp for the white supremacist militias there in the general area. Like, he's known as a hard-lining, like hard borderline alt-right type of dude. That's who's representing him. And the July 4th rally he had. Oh, I should forget, trespassing with a deadly weapon or something that was severe, something that wasn't going to send him to prison, but severe enough to get him into a district court. I forget the exact terminology, because what he said he was charged with and what the record ends up showing are two totally different things. But like the July 4th rally he had that he was simping for that congressman, that's another known like quasi like kind of out there on the right.
I was gonna find. Like,
Well, and see, I gave him so much leeway because he was a recovering statist,
He was never recovering.
Exactly. But the spiel was, like, I was MAGA, but this long ago. And my experience with people who are recovering statists for real is that they make a lot of stupid mistakes. They really do, because it takes a while to understand. I'm still fucking evolving as an individualist myself. And I think that we all will be. But at the very beginning, when you're going from like hard statism into the free folk, you have to fucking put aside all, like, you have to peel off layers of mud that is statism until you get clean. And like, so I was like, well, I mean, he's a recovering statist, y'all. He's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna make stupid mistakes that we all absolutely hate. So that was one of the reasons why I was able to like let some of it go, you know?
Yeah.
But him telling me after this that he went to the police for protection and shit, like, that just blew my mind. That was the moment when I fucking really wondered if I was gonna find anything at all to fix this.
You said he went to the feds for protection?
Well, yeah, he said he went to he told me that he turned himself in to the cops for protection from
Is that the
Dave.
night that he was supposedly
Dave.
actually in the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they literally called the hotel. They have
Oh yeah, I got the
records of him
video
at
for
the
this. Hold
hotel.
on, y'all.
Yeah,
I
Why?
got,
Why?
if
Why?
you
I
don't
got
have it,
the
I can
video
send
of
it to you.
this.
Because he never went to jail. And if he did get that charge, he would have gone to jail. I went to jail for a fucking switchblade. I had a switchblade, and I went to jail
Here
for
it
it.
is. Here it
His
is.
fucking charge.
Nobody's checked out within the last hour or two. Nobody's checked out within the last hour or two.
Okay. And Mike Dunn did check in? He told me this was the hotel. I was just checking. And his phone's dead, I believe.
I have the last name Dunn, but it's not under the name Michael.
Oh, okay. What's the first name?
Kenneth.
Dennis? Okay. All right.
No, he got it wrong, though.
appreciate
It's
man.
Kenneth.
All right, you're welcome.
Bye.
He said
Yeah,
Kenneth.
you hear him say Kenneth, but the other guy says Dennis. But he
Yeah,
actually did. The guy at the
that's
hotel did
that's
say
why.
Kenneth.
Can you repeat that again one more time,
Which is his
please?
real name.
Yeah. You guys, if you listen, you can hear the hotel guys.
Nobody's checked out within the last hour or two. Nobody's checked out within the last hour or two.
Okay. And Mike Dunn did check in? He told me this was the hotel. I was just checking. And his phone's dead, I believe.
I have the last name Dunn, but it's not under the name Michael.
Oh, okay. What's the first name?
Kenneth.
Dennis? Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Bye.
There's no doubt that he said Kenneth.
He did say Kenneth, definitely, yeah.
Now, Wiley told me that that's the same time that he.
And I can back that, like, that video of that call came out in the heat of everything happening. I remember when that happened.
that same time that he called Wiley.
Came out of a Howard Johnson in Bangor, Maine.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember seeing the
Maine?
like somebody post. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bangor, Maine.
He was
Which
in
my
Maine,
favorite comment and my favorite comment of all of this is, I didn't even know there were still fucking Howard Johnsons.
Yeah, I know, Russ. I said, wow, Howard Johnson. I haven't seen this girl like fucking like 6 years old.
Shit, that's older than Doc here. What are you, 12?
Yeah.
And yes, a lot of us did know that because of his PayPal and stuff like that, Caboose. But that wasn't necessarily the point of showing that. We were just trying to make the correction because the guy at the end of the video said Dennis.
A lot of people didn't know that.
I mean, even his
I would
Snapchat,
say 3/4 of the people.
KMD country. KMD country. Kenneth Michael Dunn.
I would say 3/4 of the people I talked to didn't even know that his biological or his legal name was Kenneth Michael Dunn.
I didn't know.
I didn't know that.
I knew that because of the fucking PayPal.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when people need money for, like, bail and shit like that, or when they're having hard times, we send from the LiberTEA fund. And so I definitely
You gotta remember, though. You gotta remember, he wasn't just taking money from you or Tommy or Doc, or he wasn't just taking money from You know,
Hey,
from anybody. He
He's
was
taking
I
it from everybody.
I never sent that motherfucking money. I am proud
good,
of that.
good. I'm happy for you. But the thing is that he kept on with this sorrow thing of keeping collecting money from everybody. So
Actually, I might have.
he was
I
about
think I
collecting
sent him $20 once. Actually,
on a
now that I
daily,
remember
on
it,
a daily
I sent
basis.
him 10.
On a
now
daily
that I remember
basis,
it.
on a daily basis, if he would be on his
Oh.
crying shit, he would make about $1,000 a day. And
He was
then
making
Easily.
He was
Easily,
making
that's
bank from everybody, and then the feds came and offered him more money. There's no way he didn't take that shit.
I think
No
I
way.
think he was, because I mean the thing we forget about is like, what about the shit that happened in Michigan? Nobody's talked about that. What
I heard
happened?
He got a nice truck all of a sudden with no money. He got his Camaro running. He got a gun, like
Motorcycle.
thousands of dollars.
Personally,
that.
it's very expensive to be a boot boy, even if you are the poors.
I'm a
How
poor.
does nobody wants
I
to
am
talk
too.
about? Hey, Mike, Bobby,
We're
though. I want to.
pouring.
I'm mega pouring. I had to
Poor boys.
collect change. I had
Poor
to
boys.
I bought a fucking pack of cigarettes today with change.
Oh geez,
So
it's been a little while since I've done that, but I'm
I'm
still
that
in the
broke.
I'm still in the Poe area.
So there was a time and place I wasn't, and it was before Mike Dunn. So I was not a poor when I went after Mike Dunn, and that's the problem. So nobody talks about the Michigan shit, though. Nobody talks about the Michigan shit.
Talk about it.
The kidnap thing?
Yeah, he was involved in the chats with those boys that all got popped for that. He was in
We'll
those
talk
chats
about
because I was
Yeah.
invited to those chats because I was
I
talking
didn't even know those guys were Boogaloo Boys. I thought they
a
were
few of them were.
affiliated.
Well,
A few
a couple
they
of them were. A couple of them were.
and they were all aligned with this Wolverine thing out there.
Yeah.
And I won't get into specifics of their case, but he there ends up being this giant USBC rally. I believe it was USBC at the time. Rally that was supposed to happen in Michigan. And I said, yeah, and he talked me into it. Mike Dunn was the one who got me to go. It's like, dude, you should go, and I'm not going to be able to go. I don't think I'll be able to go, but you should go and kind of rep me and all this stuff. I'm like, sure, I'll do it. And so I say I'm going to go. And this is like a month or two after we'd both been brought around those chats that were doing some of this stuff, and I bounced out of it immediately. I'm like, I'm thousands of miles away. I'm thousands of miles away. I don't even want to have my name, and this is my legal name at the time, attached to it. And so, like a week or two before that happened, he hit me up and goes, "Hey, Mark, do you want to?" And mind you, this is my legal name at the time. He goes, "Hey, Mark, do you want to come out to Michigan? I don't think I'll be able to make it." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll do that. If it's a rally, it's kind of getting people together." And I'm like, "Sure." And then it kind of builds up steam, right? It kind of came out of nowhere, but we'd seen where it was coming from. So like, wasn't just bam out of nowhere, but it publicly just blew the fuck up when Mike started talking about it publicly. And then at one point he goes, "Yeah, dude, you know what? I think I'm going to be there. I think I'm going to be there, and I'll come in and say some things." And then within a matter of 48 hours, his arrest happens, and those dudes try and kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. That was within a matter of 48 or 72 hours. And I don't know. I'm not making much more speculative past that. He was in those chats. He was in those chats. And he magically, his arrest makes it so he can't go to Michigan when he suddenly...
He denied that he knew them, though. He denied that he knew them, and he didn't know they were Boogaloo Boys. That's what he told me.
That's blatantly false. He knew at least two of them. He knew at least two of them, and two of them were, and the two that he knew were Repped Boot Boys. That's blatantly false.
Just lied to the whole time, bro.
So, and that was what, like July or August? It all blends in at this point. But
wait, so the unconstitutional arrest when he got arrested for carrying.
Yeah.
You're saying that was after the Michigan thing?
It was all within a matter of just a few hours.
Well, yeah, it was the reason. It was the reason.
I thought.
Hear Mike Bobby out.
Yeah, it was the reason why he couldn't go. He got arrested, and then he couldn't go to Michigan.
Because that's
he
where
even says that. He even says that the reason he couldn't go to Michigan is because of the arrest.
That's
out of his mouth.
Which would mean that he was a Fed before that too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. There's too many coincidences, and I don't believe in coincidence.
This is.
So I mean,
Nope. That's why I say the
take that
timeline.
as you will. I just
Doc,
don't
every
feel.
time. That's what I mean by every time you piece together the timeline, the sketchy goes back, the suspect goes back farther and farther
Well, yeah.
and
I mean,
farther
you've
and
heard me
farther.
say it every time I look deeper. I find more that makes me
Mhm.
incapable of, like.
And it's because
And after this, I couldn't do it. Like after this, I was just like, y'all, this is too much. And I know it fucking shocked people because I've always been like, no, we need to. No, this is this. He's a dumb kid. Give him the chance. Blah blah blah. This time I was just like, no, we have to stop.
Yep.
We have
And
to
mind
stop.
you, I started off. My suspicions were raised in like May. I was saying
Yeah.
I think he has a Fed around him, like late April, early May, like around Easter time. I started
And I was
feeling weird
totally
shit.
actually, I bought that. I believed that true because I deeply believed that there was someone in there around him.
Oh, hey,
Oh
if
yeah,
you,
he said
if you
he
want me
called
to,
the guys his friend. Like he said,
Hey,
I'm gonna
two
talk to my
people.
agent.
Doc and Marcus, y'all going at the same time.
I will put that federal agent's name out here if you want me to do that. I don't give a shit.
No,
No,
not
don't
not for
dox
the
the
not the best idea.
But he
No,
called him that agent. Like when Mike would talk about talking to the Fed, like talking to the FBI with that card, he'd call him my agent. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got my own
he spoke about
NSA
Snapchat,
agent.
yeah.
It's Craig, but we don't get to talk to each other.
Yeah,
Mine's probably watching this video. I don't know him, but he's probably watching this video.
all of ours is
Hi,
probably watching
Craig.
this video.
Hi, Craig. Craig is the MLtP agent. He's
I'm gonna name
assigned
my.
to us, that poor soul. That
I'm
poor
naming my.
soul.
I'm naming
Yeah,
my NSA agent Kenneth.
Look, Mike Dunn is in the comments.
What?
Mike Dunn's in the comments. He said, "So, what's the deal with Mike Dunn?" That's him right there. It's Mike Dunn.
Wait, what?
Michael.
There's a guy named Michael. He's like, "So, what's the deal with Mike Dunn?" It's probably Mike right there, Mike.
You're gonna have to be a lot more specific than that, buddy.
Do you really think that's Mike?
No, probably not.
No.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I would be hilarious, but I'm just fucking with Michael right here.
By the way,
and it is totally fucking my mind because this hurts me. Like I hate this.
I
fucking hate this.
Shit makes me sad at the end of the day, It's like
It does. Like I'm not gonna lie, and Tommy can attest to this. I spent some time putting in some work, and then I just disappeared for like almost a week because I had to take some time to deal with this like on a level because it fucking hurt me. It hurt me really bad. And I just didn't talk to anybody for like almost a week. It was depressing. It is depressing. This is fucking depressing.
Absolutely.
But I mean now from depression comes more coals for the fire. Makes the fire burn brighter, I suppose. I'm not
I just want to say
no.
Nobody has commented on my new name, and that bums me out because I'm trying to have some fun.
I was gonna ask you
about.
Oh
my god, I didn't even notice it. I was like looking over at the comments and stuff like that.
I was like,
that's it. You're never allowed on the show again because you talked about Lady. That woman is a fucking saint.
I know, but I'm the only person who can talk shit on her, so I do. It's been up for like 20 minutes now, too.
I can't believe your heart. That's why.
It is. It has broken my heart. Like this totally broke my heart, and I'm not even gonna try to pretend
we can't let it. I mean,
that it didn't.
If you can hear Dave's voice, he doesn't want us to. He was afraid for us not to trust each other anymore. And he was concerned about that.
Well, and at the beginning, I was like, okay, this is very believable, but I don't know who this person is. And most of the people who are vouching for him, I don't fucking know who they are either.
Yeah.
And I wasn't willing to just take it at that because I felt like that was an emotional heartstring because my instinct was that he was telling the truth, and plenty of other people's instinct was too, just by listening to the tone of his voice. But yeah, like bit by bit, more evidence came out, and then I mean, I think one of the bigger pieces is that he's actually in, like custody, at this point, because that was one of Mike's continuous defenses was he's not in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's a
for
liar.
real.
He's not in. Well, he's in, and I mean, I don't know if it was because we weren't buying it or what. Like maybe they gave up on it because, nobody was buying it. I don't know.
all I know is that this, like everybody has said, this is bigger than Mr. Shrimp, and we should continue to be doing what we do best and working for our community and making our community better, loving that neighbor, and just doing good as much as we can. Because terrorists, we're not. Defenders of our Constitution, we are. Now, I don't see it being any other way. People, I guess, will find out when it's time to boogie woogie, when you gotta get your fucking ass out of the couch and go get that fucking rifle and go do what you gotta do. To then, I don't think nobody's gonna do anything as far as a revolution, or there's not gonna be another George 2.0. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, there have been George Floyd 2.0, 3.0,
No, I'm sorry.
4.0. We
I'm
just
sorry.
had a fourth person George Floyded this past week,
I'm sorry.
and they
George
just let it pass.
Washington.
So yeah, I don't think there will be another riot for that. I just don't. I think that I think something sparked the George Floyd one, but nobody cares enough to keep going. Well, not nobody. That's not true. Like the brave and passionate souls that were on our show last night, there are people who are still willing, but there's just not enough of us that
Isn't
are
there
still willing.
riots going on in Rochester, New York right now?
I'm
Yes.
not really.
I
Yeah,
heard
there
some.
are. Is that where they were at? Because I saw a
Yeah,
I
video.
believe so,
I
yeah.
wasn't sure where they were.
Same thing happened too. He said, "I can't breathe," and I mean, they killed him.
Yep.
It's not going to
They
stop.
always
anytime.
will. Nope.
Not.
I don't
It's
know
not.
when it's going to stop. We need to
When we
unrest
make
and
it will stop when we make it stop.
And that's how I was arrested on Friday, Saturday morning, and I had five police officers around me, and I said, "Damn, this is how I'm gonna go out on." Hazed out, screaming, pretty much said, "Help me!" Pretty much somebody to help me. And
This
the last thing in my head was like, "I'm gonna die. I'm gonna
This
be
right
here."
here, I can't agree with. I don't believe the Booga is dead because the Booga is an idea, and you cannot kill an idea.
Nope.
And we got fucked around, and people were, like as a body, we were beaten, and we were bloody, but we get the fuck back up. We know who we can trust. We know who we can reach out to. We continue to do that. And I think that it is very important that we not let this kind of situation do what they want it to do. Because at like last year, the fucking attorney general came onto the news and told us exactly what they were going to do to us. And they have been doing it. And this is exactly what they said they were going to do. And they do it so that we, so that we infight, so that we can't trust each other, so that the fear gets in us. Well, we are not the afraid folk. We are the free folk. And we are not ruled by fear like the normies are. And we will not stay down. We may need a minute to catch our breath, but we will get the fuck back up. We will pick up our fucking rifles. We will pick up our fucking flags. And we will continue to march up the goddamn hill that is obtaining and maintaining the freedoms for everyone, not just us.
Amen.
The Boog cannot be killed, for it is but an idea.
Nope. But we have to do things that merit it being a worthwhile idea. We need to be. So I'll do my little pitch. We're starting a newsletter right now based around the Redacted Revolution thing, which everybody in here is in. And the first issue is just going to be compiling what everybody has to say of why are you personally in this movement? because we need to solidify. And I felt like that was the perfect place to start because
That would be really cool.
and this goes outside of the people that are in the group too. Like if you just want to submit it to me or Mike, why are you in this movement? Because that makes this an idea that you can't kill, because you can't just like, there's a lot of ideas that you can kill just out of stupidity, right? This has to be an idea that we're willing to do something about, that an idea that, for lack of a better term, has teeth, right? A lack of an idea that goes out of its way to deny the state, right? Not continue to embolden it, or not just to merely spit at it and defy it, but to outright deny it. So yeah, it's like, yeah, you can't kill an idea, but it's more than just that. It needs to actually, the idea itself needs to actually be doing something that subverts,
more than that, though.
That actually subverts the authority of the state, subverts the power of the government and the power of the elites that be. So, anyways, just my little pitch there.
That's more than just the booth. That's bigger than just the booth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've few of the Antifa folks that are gonna write for it. Like, it's clearly more than just the booth.
Yeah. So. And all these people
hopefully right for
all over the unity of people coming together and forgetting about the preference differences. Like at the beginning, I was talking about how we're all, like we're all similar. The only thing we agree on is the liberty and tyrants bad and shit. Our preferences, they make us all different. We step past those all the goddamn time, or we learn from each other. We evolve, we adapt. I think that those of you out there who think it are impossible are sitting there covering your eyes.
Yeah.
You're just as bad as the normies, because you can't see it happening right in front of you. And or you're afraid of what it's gonna require, maybe. Because it's scary to think about that, because like if you realize how bad everything is and that people are reaching across the table to each other and preparing to push back against those who would fuck us even more than they already have, it becomes terrifying to think of, because like most people can't fucking Tommy, stop laughing, this is serious.
I'm sorry, somebody just called me a jerk.
You are a jerk, but it's something that they have to take serious at that point, and then they have to think about what's next. And what's next to me, because I believe the system is completely, like systemically damaged from the roots, which means you can't fucking cure it. You're gonna have to kill the tree and you're not fuck watering the tree. It's been too goddamn long. We goddamn fucked up the pH balance, because it says it's supposed to be watered by the blood of fucking patriots and tyrants. Well, all it's been watered with for fucking decades and decades and decades is the blood of patriots. We fucked up the pH balance. The tree is fucking poisoned. It's time to cut it down, burn it out, rip it out of the ground, fucking fix the earth, revitalize the earth, and plant a fucking new one.
Neener.
No,
you're completely right.
That was my rant.
You're
fucking giggling. I'm trying to be serious and everything, and you're just giggling in the background like you're on drugs or something. Jesus Christ.
I'm pretty sure everybody thinks I'm on drugs. I've just been sitting here doing crack and outlining the Mike Dunn. Fucking I'm just sitting here with some whiteboard with a ton of post-it notes. Like, it's just sprayed across my room like some serial killer for the last 10 months.
I feel that so hard.
Everybody thinks that at this point, which may or may not be true. It's not, but I'm willing to go along with the story if it makes people feel better.
Dude, the amount of shit that I have had to go through actually rivals the Keith Taylor story. And that's I think I've mentioned to you how much of a pile of fucking shit that is.
Yeah.
Like, so much. Although, I mean, like, to be honest, it doesn't quite hit the amount of stuff I had to look through for Keith, because Keith is a paranoid motherfucker, and when he started realizing shit was fucking janky, he began keeping records of everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, it's more cut and dry. I can be more certain about that one. But this is too much. It's just too much. I don't know
Who's
what
this
to
guy
do.
they're talking about in the comments?
What?
Who's Donnie Leak? The guy they're talking about
Who is?
I
Wait,
don't
who is
know.
that?
in the comments.
He better be talking a ton of shit about me.
No. He's saying
Apparently he was killed, and they watched him get killed on live. I don't remember. I'm not good with
I've
all
never
the
seen
names.
anything
There's
about
so
that.
many.
That might be in. Was that the dude at the Outback Steakhouse?
They say he shot at police, but we
Yeah,
watched
he's
on
part of the
live that he
video. I
didn't
want to
even
see that
have his
shit.
rifle on him, and he got smoked in the back.
Oh, I know what they're
I
talking about. I saw
remember
that
that.
video.
Yeah.
Yep, I just realized.
I don't know if he was or not, but I mean, it doesn't matter if he was a boy.
Yeah.
That shit
He's
is
getting
fucked.
shot by rubber bullets, and he started running away. And then he fell, and then he got shot in the back. His rifle was not in his hand at all. It was on his back, if I remember correctly. I know what I know what they're talking about now. That was at a recent protest.
And they're gonna keep happening, and there's gonna be more of them, and more and more and more of them, until somebody says we're done.
I don't think there's ever going to be anything like the George Floyd protests.
No.
I don't know. I think that there could be.
There could be. I mean, there certainly could be.
Every time I say there's no way this is gonna happen, or there's no way it's gonna get worse, or there's no way this is gonna happen, it fucking happens. So I'm gonna stop saying that. Like, at this point, when people are like, insert random wild and horrific thought process here, I'm like, maybe.
Well,
Could
Mike,
be,
Bobby,
I don't know.
Could you imagine if I would have gotten on your show like in June when I would have wanted to and said Mike Dunn was a Fed? Do you imagine how well over that would have gotten? I got enough death threats as it was. I didn't need that. Would have been a whole new ball game.
Yeah, dude, I'd have been like, what do you mean? Where's your fucking proof? How do you fucking prove that Mike Dunn is a fucking Fed? Like, I would have gone to fucking bat against you.
Yeah, we would not be friends.
I don't know if we would have been enemies, but I would have.
Man, the tables have turned.
Well, I was suspicious of you when we first met anyways, though, because I'm suspicious of everybody.
I'm suspicious of me still. Shit.
Fair enough.
I've just come to the, like, I'm just comfortable. You know, I'm just like, okay, I know they're probably watching me.
Yeah, right? It's like,
I don't care. You know, they already got tabs on me.
The reason why I realized this Boogaloo idea and this Boogaloo movement was the right for me, because when I was like, I was never initiated to the Proud Boys, but you know, I wanted to be a part of something that was doing something, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I met Mike Dunn, he told me about all this Boogaloo stuff. I'm like, well, that's what we stand for, because growing up in Miami, we never liked the cops. We never liked the cops getting behind us. We never liked them pulling us over. We didn't like them fucking harassing us, you know, doing all this stupid shit. So I was like, yeah, I mean, we're anti-government. We don't like the government. We don't like law enforcement. And that's what made me go into the Boogaloos, because I was like, this is a much better ideology than the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys,
like, these are real patriots. These are patriots who are.
Fucking Proud Boys were fist fighting punks, you know. They were fist fighting punks, and I didn't want to be a part of that shit. You know, because I said,
you're too chill for that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, now that I've gotten to know you a lot better, I just can't imagine you out there in a pile of fucking Proud Boys. That just seems awkward.
No, man,
like, that seems like it's so awkward.
So opposite of their ideology.
I
know, right?
The fact that he ever was one, like, just still blows my mind to this day. I'm like,
it does. Like, now that I've gotten to know Marcus, I'm like, yeah, that motherfucker ain't repping a 6 million ain't enough shirt. Like, that's not really his style. But boy, that's how the Dunnster brought you on.
Well, yeah, to be honest, he gave us the wrong impression of you, because he was using you. He used you in front of everybody else, because he wanted to show. He was like, look, I've converted a Proud Boy. Like, I brought a Proud Boy in, but you were not a Proud Boy.
But
You
what it
were
also
barely a Proud Boy at that. Like, you didn't actually really do any shit with them.
well, what it also
just
shows
goes to
because
show
he
that.
also
Sorry, go ahead, Tommy.
well he it was more than just him initiating a Proud Boy. Like, it seems quaint now, but he's trying to start an entire blood war with the Proud Boys. And I'm sorry,
Yeah,
what
there
else would a
was a
Fed
time
do other
period
than that
when-
shit? What
Yeah, there was a
what a
time
Fed do
period when
other
I
than
was
that?
really concerned that that was going to be what was going to happen for
And
like
that same
next.
day, that happened, me and Mike, we were separated in DC because I was with Mike and he went undercover. He didn't go as a Boogaloo Boy. He went undercover as Antifa. And
That was
he
the stupidest shit I've ever seen, by the way.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it was a big crowd. We got separated. And then like I was already by the Capitol, you know. And he calls me up and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I met up with Enrique Tario. You
The other
know,
side.
the problems were gonna come and
The
and,
guy
you know,
who's a Fed?
Yep.
yeah.
Well, it should also be mentioned is that just a month or two before that, like this is where me and Mike Dunn first really started arguing publicly, is he was about trying to link up with the Proud Boys. I'm like, dude, no, nothing good has ever come of that. He was obsessed with us trying to, and this is in like July, August. I'm like, dude, no, stop that shit. Like, and this is obviously before the stand down shit that happened with the debate and all that. But even then, I remember telling him, "Was like, dude, don't link up with the Proud Boys. Don't do it." And
They're not like us. It's not the
They're
same.
not. They're not
but
even the same.
he was obsessed that maybe they're just getting a mad rap because everybody gets called a racist. I'm like,
Well,
I thought that
and
too, and then I
okay.
to
researched
be
their ideals, and
fair,
I was
it
like,
does
no.
happen, but like, dude, they were blatant, you know?
Yeah.
And they're not
Blatant
just
racist.
racists, they're also
Blatant bigot.
misogynists. Like, holy shit, the
Oh, they're more
misogyny.
misogynist than they are racist. I
Yeah,
mean, they're
they are.
literally Western chauvinists. And I'm gonna bounce
Well,
off.
Western chauvinism has a certain definition that they put to it, which supposedly doesn't have anything to do with fucking women.
You
But
want
they
to-
are chauvinists. Like,
Oh,
I have
oh,
seen them in action, and plenty of people have, just on fucking Twitter and videos all over the fucking
they can
place,
get the fuck out of
treating
here
women
with this
like
shit.
that. It's bullshit.
They're
They're
homophobic
just a
too. I mean,
they're just a bunch of
bad.
incel
Yeah, they
motherfuckers.
are.
Well, I'm gonna bounce off this. I'll just end it with fuck Mike Dunn, fuck the state, also
Fuck
fuck Mike Dunn,
Connecticut.
Fuck
and
the
we'll leave it at that.
What's Connecticut?
Fuck Doc,
Thanks for
fuck
coming,
Marcus, fuck Mike Uncle Bobby. Love y'all. Fuck the state.
Wow,
Yeah, they
that
didn't even
costs
fuck me.
money.
Yeah, fuck me.
Allegedly.
But what I was trying to say is that Mike initiating Marcus, it just goes to show it's just another thing that proves that all he did during all this time was try to gain notoriety and try to,
Yeah.
Gain attention when he's saying, oh, I'm humble and I don't want all this attention, but he's doing all the things to get attention, like everything he could do, he did to get attention.
Yeah. God, I feel fucking awful. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I feel like shit.
It just sucks
fucking
because I
Christ.
considered him a friend, and it's like getting stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And I mean, like, if some of our suspicions are true, then he has betrayed all of us multiple times over
And he's
over
been doing
over
it for a
again.
long time, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why,
There
I'll
was
never
a
let this
time
go.
when I first started talking to him, and I told him, I was like, don't worry about the long knives from the people that you don't know. It's the short knives of the people that you let close to you that will hurt you the most. And now, thinking about all of this, like, he was holding a short knife when I fucking told him that.
yeah. And you don't want to believe it.
No, it's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Like, I'm fucking angry. Like, I'm getting past depression into anger at this point. Like, I'm going through the phases of I'm actually going through the actual steps of fucking loss here. And I've noticed that, Like, it was like disbelief, and then it was like, like, and then I had to like go into acceptance and depression. I'm fucking angry now.
I've been
I'm
angry.
in the anger. I'm in the anger section, which is actually pretty easy to be in because I mean, as nice and happy as I seem, I'm an angry person. I'm a really
When
angry
whoever is
person.
running his Parlor account said something about Marcus, that's probably where I got the most heated out of all this, is when they tried to say something about freaking Marcus.
Fucking Magnus comes in here at fucking 3 hours and asks what he missed. Give me a quick recap.
Magnus, you better jump on, bro.
God damn it, Magnus.
Magnus, you better jump on before we jump off, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fucking watch because like there's so much to cover that like I couldn't recap that without spending another fucking like 30 minutes. I can't do it, buddy. I would if I could, I
We've been on live
promise.
for 3 hours and 4 fucking minutes, and that's when you join us.
I can recap it. I'll give him a quick recap. Okay. So basically, Magnus, what's happened so far is we've just kind of proved that Mike is a Fed. Mike is a Fed. That's the recap.
We talked about Marcus's situation and how you got to help the neighborhood and love each other. I think that was about it. Oh, and fuck
Love
the
one
state.
another. Fuck the state.
Everybody get together, try and love one another right now. Or my other favorite one, when the power, what is it? When the power of love overcomes the love of power, we will know peace. That's Jimi Hendrix, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
That's Hendrix.
And I mean, do you guys have anything else to say? If not,
Yeah,
we'll just leave it on that.
I'm beat.
I'm fucking depressed and angry and tired now. Like this episode took
Mike,
a lot
my
out of
brother,
me.
let me tell you right now, man, you ain't got nothing to be mad or depressed. I think you're doing 100 and you're doing the best that you can. You actually broke it. You broke this story right now because there is somebody else that's planning to break the story and you broke the story first. So you're doing what you gotta do, and hey, you're seeing nothing but positive results. I know.
Gotta be done, but motherfucker, sometimes when I find things, I don't want to fucking show
I
them to
know.
everybody.
I know. And that's the part of your profession. You're gonna find shit that you're gonna be like, fuck, is this shit fucking true? And you're gonna have to fucking realize it. And that's
Yeah, no, this is the one that I really, really wanted to be fake. I wanted y'all to be just over. I didn't think you were lying. I wanted you guys to be wrong. Because I didn't believe you guys were liars. I couldn't. But I wanted you to be wrong so badly.
To me, it all started when the whole dog situation happened, you know, and then he was, causing confusion with the whole Snapchat group, and I was like, everybody was just fine, and then he just started was like, oh, we have a mole, we have a mole in here, and then that made everybody on Snapchat the guys that I'm with, that Doc is one of them. Everybody was just like, yo, who's a snitch? Who's a snitch? Who's a snitch? And
Nobody there thought it, like, all of it when he said that it was you, dude. Like, everybody there was like, wait, hold on, this doesn't make any sense. This is Marcus.
Mike,
he doesn't seem like one at all. Like, he's the opposite, But
Mike,
it didn't make any sense.
This guy wrote everybody a fucking private message to everybody on the Snapchat group. And that was maybe a group of like 8 of us or 10 of us.
Yeah, I think 10 or 11.
And he wrote to everybody that I was a security threat, saying basically that I was a snitch.
Which made me go to Marcus. I'm not going to just listen to him. I was like, what's Marcus like? Dude, can you leave? Apparently, you're a security threat. It just didn't make sense to anybody. Like, we were like, you mean the guy that smokes like 18 blunts a day is a Fed?
Yeah, bro, like for real, man. Like, Feds don't like stoners. I can bet you that better than Feds don't like stoners, and I can barely fucking speak right. So it's like I'm almost illiterate, But you give me a fucking machine gun, and I'm a gunner. But it's just that's when I went on a rant. I went on a rant and I said, man, I ain't no motherfucking Fed. I'm from Miami-Dade County, man. We don't like Feds. Ever since I was fucking born and raised, all I can remember was fuck the police, you know? And that's how I've always been growing up. Is to like fuck the police. Yeah, follow the laws. You don't want to be a fucking criminal either, you know? You don't want to be in that shit, but try to fucking disobey as much law as you can, you know? Especially petty ones.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I just don't follow laws at all. If there's something I'm unwilling to do, it's because it goes against my morals
exactly. There you go. It goes against
or
your
my
morals.
ethics.
We all have morals. We all have to have morals.
No victim, no crime.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck
Yep.
yeah. That's
all I gotta say
basically
about
it.
that.
If there's no victim, then there's no crime. And honestly, I even hate the word crime because the word crime denotes that there's some sort of law against it, and this shit is fucking common sense.
I
Like
really
if
do
it
hate that word.
hurts somebody or their property or something like that, then it's wrong. And if it doesn't, then it's not. Then mind your own fucking business.
For real.
Yeah, just yeah. I mean, this sucks, and I appreciate you guys for coming on and talking. I really do. I gotta get you on here again, Doc, because I actually have been like I've got some people scheduled coming up, but I actually wanted to reach out to you and see if you wanted to come on for a LiberTEA time. Like,
dude, you should see the Snapchat I sent you. I was like, I've always wanted to be a podcaster. I'd love to be on your show, like sometime.
Oh well, good. I guess that's a yes. All right, cool. Well then,
but I did want to
once
thank you for letting me on. Like that it means a lot. I'm glad, you know.
When I
I'm
defrag
glad
and
to be
stuff
here.
like that after the episode and shit, I'll reach out to you and we'll set something up.
For sure. I'd love to be on.
Yeah, and that goes also for like if any of you guys are out there and you wanna come talk, you got something you need to talk about or whatever, just reach out to me. We'll chat about it. I might be, like it might be a little while before I invite you flat on straight out because like I like to observe people first. I don't like bringing strangers on. I guess that's the problem. Like even if you do observe people, you may never fucking know. But I mean, like you live, you learn.
Let me give a little secret about Doc, though, man. Let me give a little secret about Doc. I think I gave Doc that name, Doc Holiday, from the movie Tombstone. You know, I'll be your Huckleberry. Because this guy right here is a fucking gunslinger. A gunslinger.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but
with those shades and everything, you look a bit like a Fed, buddy.
Oh shit!
Nah, but he takes his pistol, his revolver, and he be doing some fucking Doc Holiday.
I found these are my. We gotta get our Fed shades on.
Are we wearing Fed shades?
Yeah, everybody wear Fed shades. We're all wearing Fed shades.
There we go.
I actually have better Fed shades than this, but I can't find them right now. I'm obsessed with polarized mirror shades and shit. Oh, there we go. There we go.
I can't even fucking do it.
Dog, the gunslinger.
Now, it would be better if you were doing it with a tin cup.
I do have a video of me doing that. Unfortunately, I don't have any tin cups by me.
God damn it. You better have a tin cup by the time you come on the show, god damn it, or I'm gonna be fucking upset. I'll send you one. I'll fucking send your ass one.
Yeah, so Marcus totally did give me that nickname. Pretty much because of the mustache and the gunslinging. I'm a really big fan of Doc Holliday too, so.
Oh, okay, hold on. All right, that's what we're gonna end the episode on. Which version of Doc Holliday is your favorite? I'm gonna guess Val Kilmer.
Oh, Val Kilmer killed it. That was
just
that was
looking
amazing.
at your facial hair. I'm gonna guess Val Kilmer.
Dude, that performance can't even be topped. I mean, it was just too good.
It was beautiful.
He was perfect. He played that character so well. There's no way anybody could do it better. No
Yep.
way.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Well, there you have it, guys. Val Kilmer is the best Doc Holliday, and that's what this whole fucking episode was about.
Hold on now. we got to give some credit to the original Doc Holliday. Couldn't have happened without him.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Who was the original Doc Holliday?
Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday.
He's a
This
dentist.
dentist, this weird dentist dude, got tuberculosis. I just.
Yeah,
But no, there you go, though. I mean, obviously, Doc Holliday did it best, but Val Kilmer pretended to do it best. And, I mean, what else is there to say? Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for fucking listening and for chiming in and giving your opinions. Please, if you ever fucking shared an episode before, if you never shared a fucking episode before, share this one. Spread it around. And I mean, hell, I'm not completely without hope. If one of you motherfuckers has the magic evidence, fucking hit me with it. You know, like I admitted I was wrong to admit that this is fucked and he's not to be trusted. I'll admit it again if you can fucking prove it. But you better fucking prove it because it's gonna be real hard to fucking do that.
But I mean, it's impossible to do that when you know he
like,
himself hasn't come out with, "Hey, this wasn't me. I didn't do any of this." Like he's not openly trying to deny any of this stuff. Like he'll do it in the DMs, but he's not openly trying to do that. He's just giving up. He's like, "There's no chance. I have zero chance on it. I mean, they have all this proof. There's no way that I can even do it." So he hasn't even done it. He might come up like in a month or two and try to win us back, but it's not going to happen because we all know the evidence, and he knows we know the evidence. That's why he hasn't come out and said, "Hey, this never happened. You know, this is my side of the story." He hasn't given his side of the story to anybody like publicly. He's done it all in private.
And he knows that he can come on here and talk. That I would let him.
Oh, really?
Know, and all he has to do is ask. You know, that everybody always just asks, and I bring them on. Y'all know how it works.
That would be a really interesting show.
That would be a very good episode.
Yeah, that would be a really good episode if you do get him on. But the thing is, I don't think he would go on.
He's not going on because he's not going to do it. He doesn't have. He has all the evidence stacks against him. He's got a freaking book, like a giant book,
and then I feel
him, and he has nothing to say.
And then I feel if he goes on to the MLtP party, he's gonna try to flip things around and try to cause beef with you. You know what I'm saying? Like with Mike. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
he can't do anything
I'm
anymore.
not
like
afraid.
He's a nobody. Mike
I'm not
is a nobody
afraid.
now. There's nothing he can do. He doesn't have a following. He has nobody backing him. He literally goes on social media pretending to be somebody else. Like we all know he's on Parler. That's not somebody controlling his account. That's him. The Last Sons of Liberty party.
That's Liberty. Yeah.
Like that's 100%.
I mean, yeah, some of this stuff is so personal.
And his boys that he talks about, man, like Tim Donaldson, the freaking Zulu 287 or whatever, the total Fed. Come on, his boys are all a bunch of Feds. Doesn't even make sense.
I mean, to be fair, if any of his boys are watching, fucking hit us up if you want to talk.
I'd love to hear from one of you because I've been looking for you guys for a long time and I can't find any of them.
Look, I'm from 305. If any of his boys watching, which it should be I don't want to say my name, but fuck you, motherfucking slimy piece of shit, scumballs. Fuck you.
And to be fair, I mean, like, you can't actually just quote boot someone from the movement. It doesn't fucking work that way. We're not an organized group. We don't have leaders. We don't have any of that shit. And it is likely that there are still some people who are going to be like, well, he's okay, or I don't know about that, or whatever.
I don't know anybody.
And like I said,
I haven't met one person.
I still haven't. I haven't had anybody come.
It's having morals. It's having morals.
I have not, but there could be. No, there have been people. There have been people who have come into the comments and talked about it in the live feed. On the last episode when we had people together talking about it. So I know that they exist. There are people out there that question this and they don't believe there's enough evidence. Maybe now they do. They're not that way. But I know that there are people out there who question it and wonder if Mike's okay and if we're just eating one of our own. If the feds are playing a bigger trick on us than we think. But I mean, if you have anything to back
Then
that
Mike,
up, fucking hit me with it, buddies.
then
But
Mike,
like,
then
if
Kenneth
they're gonna
Mike money.
exist, and they're gonna exist, and there's gonna be pockets of groups and stuff like that, but don't fucking excommunicate your companions over Dunn. He's not worth it.
I have a theory that he's going to become a statist again.
Think so?
I think so. I think Dunn's going to become a statist again. I think that that's the direction he's headed towards. You know, I don't know. I think that's what's going to happen. We're going to see him fucking.
Well, there you have it. We'll fucking.
I don't know.
We
I
keep
don't know.
talking. Oh
Hey,
my
guys,
god!
I
All right,
love this
all
shirt.
right. I'm gonna do the fucking ending spiel, and we'll get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep thinking about doing it, and then we get back on it, and to be honest, we're just going in circles at this point.
Go ahead.
So if you guys like what we do here and you want to do it too, or you want to help us do it, hit us up, please. Just hit us up in our social media or like email us at the contact at Mad Liberty Party down there. If you don't have the time to help us, but you have some money, throw it at us. We will put it in the fund. We will make sure that it gets to places that it needs to be got at. And I mean, that goes from like putting together freaking care packages from the homeless, or for the homeless, to like making sure that activists have the gas that they need to get to the demonstrations and all sorts of other shit. We'll do, like we just and bail funds, all sorts of shit. We spread it around, spread the love you guys give. We don't keep it. We have a subscribe start. We have a coin tree with many types of crypto acceptance. We also have a PayPal, but we do. You hit us up with that. If you don't have any money and you don't have any time, please share the fuck out of this. Subscribe, like, go down into the comments below and comment in it your opinions, whether you agree with us or disagree with us. I would like to read those those opinions. Who knows? Maybe there's something we haven't fucking thought of yet. Or just get into the Matrix or the Discord with us and join the conversation like in real time. We really appreciate everything that people do for us and our subscribers. They basically pay the bills here, and everything that comes overhead of them goes straight into the LiberTEA fund. Thank you guys for making it possible for us to even have a LiberTEA fund, because if it wasn't for y'all, everything would be going into this. And oh, I forgot. If you want to help us out, but you want to get some shit back, we made some t-shirts. There's like a fuck Nazis t-shirt and queers fucking ready to boog, and support your local cop watchers by being a cop watchers, and people who worship politicians or simps, and fuck the police. You can get that in like all different fucking shapes. So just get in our stores, do that shit, share this around. Thank you guys so fucking much. I really appreciate it, and I fucking hated this episode. I'm gonna go fucking smoke a joint. This is gay in a bad way. Like I said last night, with an H and an E, and not in the fucking fabulous way that we are. You guys take care of yourselves. Be safe. Be free. Don't give up the freedom for the safety. That's bullshit. We'll see you guys soon. We've got a bunch of cool episodes coming up. Until then, this episode of Stirring the Redacted is adjourned. Fuck the